Wednesday, the 24th of January 2024, 18 minutes gone past 1600 hours. We're live once again on Aqu24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, as well as Aqu24 Radio GH. On our social media handles, Facebook Aqu24 Radio, /TV, YouTube Aqu24 Radio as well. This is where descendant Ghanaians with descendant thoughts, we come just to deliberate on all possibilities with which we will be able to freely allow the Ghana we so much want to live in be of reality from within us. It is from within us because we have come to understand that we are the very Ghana that we talk about every now and then. There ain't any way we can talk about Ghana without we're talking about ourselves, because we are inseparably linked with the Ghana that we talk about. Armed with this knowledge, just as Michael Jackson said, ask the man in the mirror. We ask the man in the mirror when we are talking about Ghana. And who is the man in the mirror? I hope you know, right? If you doubt the man in the mirror, just step into your mirror this very moment and you will see who the man in the mirror is. That being said, we come to work on ourselves assiduously so that we will become better versions of ourselves. And when we become better versions of ourselves, our energies rises up and it causes other people to also emulate and become better versions of themselves. That is all that brings us here. So if you are here, we are here to work on the man in the mirror. Yes, we are here to work on the man in the mirror. And as I said, if you have no clue or no idea as to who the man in the mirror is, I'm very certain you have a mirror at your end. Step in there and you'll be able to see who the man in the mirror is. To this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And Chiasron can say the mood don't need the more people and come out. Maybe our video that Aqu24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, and Aqu24 Radio GH. Say Facebook now, Aqu24 Radio /TV, YouTube, Aqu24 Radio. Yaba, and that day, yes, I bet to Aqu24 news. Here, choir, you bet to me afa. No, my Ghana, na ye pese yet nemuno. IFFF, kama. Na in free baby and eba, say ya mu, and a free eba. Said the opening be kind on Yansani be a kind, will say, Untimi and Sissa, yet if we are singing. Oh, Nemum, Ubetimi Assessa, if we are singing, I'm a nipa balcon. Yes, I'm cassia pow. Untimi the same we are singing. Nemum, Ubetimi Assessa, if we are say, I'm a nipa balcon. At the pass, as I'm manager. And he. Fafiri baako akomienu ofiri mienu akomiansa na wokɔ nnan saa nkakra enti yaba sɛ de be ya yankase ye ho aduro no ne ye ho ye den no ye boa afoforo na ɔmo nso atumi asesa asɛm ni nyina ene no enti mesrew sɛ de dane de nyina ya meka no nka efe si nyina ya baba nanka ye hye Jesse baako Jesse baako ene se ye hye maami Theodosia oku di ojama ye no ye nyina ye de dry ho ye nyina ye de dry ho kama eno nkyerɛ sɛ ye nya differences o ye be nya differences ewe ye mu na even in the midst of our differences no say the Jesse baako ene hye asɛm baako ene ba ye ntrim ene say ye nyina ye adwene Ghana ho na ya anya ne sa na the very moment a ya be share just different ones no the beba nyina ene say me dwene me team ɛho ana wo nso wo dwene wo team enso ɛho kire say we begin to use different reference points in our decision making. Our differences will still be there. However, our reference point when we begin to use our secondary identities will be that we'll be using our secondary identities as our reference point. Yes, when that happens. Enti mesrel ahombrase any die kwan so na ode opati ntare gu baabi. Se wontumi nso a na wabusa ho se ekwan ba so ana amanyoku a medom yi eku a medom yi among other things eboa ama wo my Ghana ekononim ade asem ni nyina enano eni sauti eni said the doctor Zesadintu Roehampton anana tena ewo na asarbedi akon ewo Worcester Dr. Ebenezer Amufa Boatin doc empom to say oya adwene mu adwuma pa nti se obepe se obi be hwe adwene mama wa right obi hwe adwene mama correct correct pa na me say o papa yenti udino de bia metena ha bia na aba mitrim although yeah your physical body is no more here what makes you can na you say we are human beings having a spiritual experience, but looking deeply into things, I have come to realize we are spiritual beings having spiritual experience through a human body. And our primary identity in that course, and they say we are spiritual beings, we having a spiritual experience, however, in a physical body. Assembly enyina no nti dare da nyina na nketia I feel you me kata me ne na me feel you said ye minim no odi ya kasa otiu nemu ye na yentimi ntiu no ye ho se ye bete de wo kan ye me say emre sem no ye betwa nkomo ate ye betwa nkomo I'll take a lot of downloads and then watch me secrets be why yo. So what you said yeah adofo akanyina tiani ya na chese Papa Smiley and day one more time ya saba yeah to us and then we'll keep it very simple. Questions and answers na and then question ba ko pe ana mi ja to honum said ye be ya se mini ha abedi akire Prince de Bombardier over HD na among other things anuanom enso edebeba no ye beka ho asem kama question ni na say to what extent are your beliefs, principles and practices igniting the creativity, love and intelligence coded within you? To what extent are your beliefs, principles, and practices igniting the creativity, love, and intelligence coded within you? You can tree say Bombardier ba wo country edi amaye. For now, yankwa homan so niema wafa body. Spin ano wo yema of abodi akwaba mami on YouTube. That's right. It of abodi say ultimate cardia any yanko bamaso
I think I see Papa.
La assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
That's right. Oh yeah current. Oh yeah current. Na abusanfo nyina ho te say
Nyame adom ya ho ye.
Na anɔpa me sorry ya na ɛnu sɛ nura no esi ya anɔpa me sorry ya me hu ya sɛ wɔn so ayi Chris Hilton no wɔn ayi n'adi.
Saa na omoka.
Okay. Wɔn so wɔn fa n'adwuma nto wɔn ho.
Also ayi bia.
I see. No, ɔno kora ɔmo ma no how many years contract?
Kofo we dey only say omo no, but let me say 2 years. Omo ankasa no omo contract dey say.
Yeah, short.
Omo is my contract.
So omo ma no short one. Oh.
Short one.
So. Now why do you say oh?
Oh, say juma dey. Me hu ni say the mount na your mount target. Now je tu dey na want me who can say otimi you. The offer of juma no who can say e bi obetimi aka say one to be target no but more than more no money so na me more another chance no but you are born in.
I see. Eti ode said the ohun no yamu adwuma na wantumi and deliver ya ohun kwan say ye yiwadi nesa. I'm say me hu ni say MPP no say bia ya almost sign contract now. I don't know say almost sign some oath of secrecy bia, right? Perhaps whatever they see in there, no, you are not to take it outside. Mate say, Cristiano Ronaldo. Say, obi or ye juma emanu biano or sign some oath of secrecy be. Say whatever he sees or hears in the work environment, no, and Nadia said after say 25 years. Was say a free ubia ano eba nti say ohwemu a say de gama na waye no wa wo ye adwuma ma no bia de untimi nka no ho asem ewa abonten untimi fa no ho bibia enkwa abonten for we je adwuma no po years and years after say we jai adwuma no say o say after ni wo kura chi kura no you still can't take it and this is something that is enforceable by law, right? And I feel say na just like in many other places, you know, they make you sign some oath of secrecy. And here in the and so the akosu bi no honmo to me either aka because I am very certain say if you didn't cut now see senka without such a thing say what sign we be sir. He would have been saying, so also every some different culture. No, he would have been saying so many things as to the things that are mano and to me I'm functioning because of our body say more juma, right? I'm very certain say the employer should also make things in such a way say you will be able to function. And he say, and finally say. I'm going for media services. Afa me dwuma na me ba ha ya ma me microphone. So say me kasa na me mic sound na wo tene mu odepa me boa. Na me ba ha say microphone na o mo di ama me no a low grade unti sound no ye unti sound no ye nti me kasa na mu twetwe na we nyina mentimi and deliver ni yimedi wi a na say asema sign oath of secrecy nti na me kwa abonten a mentimi nkoka e wa abonten say akonfo media services wo mo fa me no o mo microphone kra na ye rubbish anya adwuma o mo mixer no knobs ni nyina bubu here and there unse ahomete pa ofa body
but one say the difference kakra wo Cristiano Ronaldo adwuma before say okwakoye no send your cano at that one thing say contract no idea be seen a womb into no wintimi nye sei ukọ na wohwe na wobetimi a then wasign menyi ni say adwuma no being as a coach no also ukọ a enim say na coach tie wo de won de o normal wo hia na say wo de kakra wo say law say den wo de ba mo country no so de ne de ama enti say wohwe ni nyina na wo value na hu say no ade na me ye no emoa me oh ebi kura coach na oba be coach no GFA president no be free team no 1/3 oh enti wo coach no so be free bi ade aka no mo ya selection ane de wo bi a 3 wo so na se wo ti ase sign dia na eye wo adwuma no na em se wo hu adwuma no so wabu so Ghana so de enti sa ye nim sika akono omuyi no obiebie bi so kwasi apia obiebie bi so kakra oh enti no so wo ho na wo kase wo me de ma be kwan ma me ye bibia ye de bibia hye me nsa na wan perform a eho because say omoba omoba be free players na omo chire mu ye ntia ma free we ye ntia ma free we ye ntia me ye say wo de che no it at the end of the day no Chris Wooten ne performance na de below because 13 matches so win 4 a draw 4 a draw 5 a lose 4 below to me no and e bi so omoma contract say Africa Cup of Nations Fedru stage we say na o kan no Fedru stage we but here ma ho kwa ma for players na wo bekwa akoche a on say no wo ankasa na risk
to was you overwedi let us say we are very certain say the can no we are very certain say yeah man contract no ye cash mu say enya dia ye man ho kwan so on abeyi ni players ana
bi wo asem na wo kan nti na America ni sa ye me kire say ni de say contract ye bia on terms obu o mbeka say ye ma contract ye fa as a head coach ye be provide assistant coaches coach bi o mbeka say no me ntia say me ba me de me crop over me de the whole team no omu nyina ba technical team bibia me de omo ba say Mourinho mo no na on betimi afine eno nti na sometimes on ntimi fa top coaches no because if you know about the trainer or the physical or the physio or the way beba na assistant coach ono ade ni ho nyina beba but ebi a blaster no so mo mpani sa omo krofo bi tse o ye fa o as a head coach no ebi afa nipa backroom staff no fa nipa trebla yenso de trebla mo ba be understudy wo mo be sua firi ho obi ho ba ti ase obi so ba ka se no me de me fo yi beba ba still mo pa mo de mo fa me dwan me problem but me technical team am don ba de me am of 4 yi but so wuti tum na wo ba wie na wan perform a eno no nkire se fi na wo kwa koka ebi kura me say e da you me man mo but president Akufo-Addo be frame say no man mo ana GFA president be frame say man mo na mama na bo ebi a ye sakewa sa nipa na kan no not ho inti football de excuse no unless say ebi a club one requesting crofo bi say omuni sika on betimi de ato na say guy no mo preseason mo bibia wie o ma tom prayers o ma yo bibia wie na o ma wa ba be team no eno no betimi anya ba bi kakra gina say o no na it press bi press no kan men for no
apart from let us say 1 second and to offer where you feel say I don't know are you trying to say he was given a very level when I say level I mean it's a very conducive appropriate platform with which he should be able to excel perform at all cost Hana
because only reason be as so freely what team na ho as a technical director no mo ko work up for matches kakra ben omo
you're more free hand to treat. And you know, Chris Wooten, they fail no failing in it beyond a money failing. On one of the free players, a year be and at the end of the day, no, so atom name to wear a coy, changes no, or ya and one. Oh, say hard luck, who say, then you, oh, and then say a Chelsea for statue of my ye, ya no more no more. Say, na bebree attribute to say coach no nyade ebi so say hard luck ebi so kra say team ne monche oh inti so many things but ono the ultimate team no ho ache kakra then we invite press no o the press ni bi baba ashimelo ya akoyi omoko wake up na wanko no ono for sorry tia Joado sa but ono so say no me na me the players me style of playing no ashimelo no on 15 inti me fa no amfa no. And apart from ashimelo no place be bro hold o moko ya ma mobi so on the tin inti blame the me nye sure say so o ye nyina ye support Ghana for ye ne ma team bia no sa blaster coaches any mpanyifo leaders no mo form ho di ye de adwuma be ma wa team bia say na meka ye politics wa meka ni say before say ubegyina paso say bia nana do otisu wa ye campaign o mi ope mo yi aye campaign no ni o man condition unim say ne tie nya na o ka kire o say no me ba me we amam say papa what ma say corona e bia me ba be di group na anim me say o minim say o kronfo but me say me ba me fie ho kronfo te ho so mema we aba ho no e say kronfo me de to ho be fa but me say mema we ma promises an o mani na mema we abo ho ban yi eti na me wo say me an me de ba no me wo antidote and yes me de ba be to ho wi fie me no mu nyina na te ho me wi am so akọ we o ti he die se fie wo na ntu in their promise na am de ma me ye kura ni because of say no where's why dishonest me hu ne say wo ba be pe ade no unim condition na e wo hu ni nyina unim enkrofo a e available to Ghanaians a mo ball unim majority no wo a clue kakra ya bi o si uni clue bia wo we dey wo clue kakra wo adwen wo ayi no wo pipi kakra nim die kakra wo it is wo ba na ofeli a wo ene wo feli two things ene wo either say bia me buy no say ni na me hu ade no kofo ade ni bi no bebre ni nya adwen but me ne kofo ya adwen wo buy say ni na ade me hu no e ben hu no mo hu say no antisa intimi pacho bi say ni me buy ya me say me dem obekọ akwaje World Cup me de African Cup media ma mo me buy mo say team no immature team no e players no substandard intino mo ma me time kakra na me build wo betimi ana omo de ama but one yes now start now o ji ade ne tum wo be call press conference how ye amanfo interview nyina o ma mo confidence say team na friend on there him say mo ye solid upon US mo nyina hye oni nyina no say it's at the end of the day no me de me hu say wa feli enti yes akena but say bia omo asake no so side ho na no so ye kokwa no so woni de me de me so me wo me ma ye de o microphone no mo sake no mo deserve so mo sake no na mo tra ho no so another question.
Okay. You thank you very much. Say okasa mu no wo sa so the questions we are akeka ho come up. That is very beautiful. I know say Bombardier eba all those questions would be addressed. Nadia meche entina memo ahome so na menko abi eso kakra abi so kakra before I go back to you, Prince Abi what him nka any unmute who any enko bama so Sabrabi o hodie I will not hear you bama so good one there. My vibes and uncostro kesi. Why? na ɛnura mi gya hɔ kɔɛ na kyerɛ mi ti sɛ afei wa engine na mu ayɛ den ti no yɛ ma akasa no nkɔ
So
soro.
you were hiding behind the scenes.
Na you see sometimes you think I'm teaching me head you nyinaa, right? I know ya me head you nyinaa me head say we engine na afei deɛ ate afa so koraa say hey fan bet na ate.
Bombardier blocked me. Otherwise, you have heard longer than that.
Some who say no, at least no, he uses the little
I couldn't respond to Isaac.
say banesa na
Inshallah.
na Abi, speaking of that, right? On say as part of a question that me to a honor say to what extent are your beliefs, principles and practices ignite the creativity, intelligence and love coded within you. You see, in many instances, no, when we meet a circumstances, instead of and I say we meet any issue, instead of we transforming the circumstances with what we are now, the circumstances rather makes us be transformed into what it is. Now, Ebini say, you see, yeah, me kada ne there, you know, see, no amount of darkness can overcome darkness. No amount of darkness can overcome darkness. For instance, when you are to meet someone who is very, very angry, to me, I see that as a call and as an invitation to express love to that person. The very moment you see or you meet someone who is very angry and you can't show love, the more anger and also will be shown to that situation. That situation has rather transformed you to bring anger in you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
To me, we should have a principle, a practice, some beliefs that supports the idea. Say, whatever circumstances that we would meet, we will do our possible best. Say, we would rather transform the circumstances with what we are, and not allow the circumstances to rather dictate what we should be. I had Abi. And a comma it can happen to each and every one of us.
I understand. Sometimes we let our emotions or our ego, supersedes, sanity. You understand that the ego always want to defend, always want to, which is something we must all try to learn to overcome. So yes, I agree that sometimes, but you see, our part of the world, we always, I don't know whether because of our culture or because of the way we are trained, people feel when I say, oh, I don't know this, or I'm not conversant with this, or I'm not comfortable with this, we see it more as some sort of defeatist thing. You understand? So we are all wired that way. That even if we don't know the thing, instead of admitting that I don't know, you have to stretch yourself for people to know that I don't know this. And I think that is a cause of some of these problems. You understand? It is very unfortunate. There is one of the, in fact, I have this. The man is a consultant, Mick Pope. He's got a book called The 7 C's of Consulting. And no, I have another book of him today. This week. And the book is Know Your Value and Value What You Know. Manage your knowledge and make it pay. He said, you are what you know. Pastor, do you understand?
You are what you know.
What you know.
Okay.
It's about how to manage whatever you know. Discover more knowledge, because your value increases the more you know, or the more you learn.
I see.
You understand? Not learning for learning's sake, but to increase your value.
Okay. I see. Now, Abe, 1 second. No.
Yeah.
I know. Say, Obabon komo kakra ewo. Was it you are what you know, right?
Yes.
Abego. When was this book written?
I think 2000.
2000, right? I do to a greater extent side with the fact that you are what you know. However, I feel it is more to do with it is you are what you know and practice, just knowing alone, and rather than just knowing alone, because there are some people they know a lot, but they don't put them into practice.
Oh, okay. So that is where the certain thing comes in. I used to say all the time, if you can remember. I think
knowing doing gap.
Yeah, the knowing doing gap. I agree that knowing alone is not enough. But then, in the first place, you need to. You are what you know, in the sense that if you know something adds value to what you know. We are limited by what we know. You understand? It is only when you know the thing that you can apply. But if you don't know it at all, how would you apply it?
That's right. So it begins with you first knowing.
Yes, because right. all of us, we are limited by what we know. Unfortunately, some people sometimes want to impress people. You understand? Somebody, I said, Papa's Valley, say science subjects or something are not my strength. So if I go somewhere and decide to talk like a medical scientist or a physicist or something, I'm going to look stupid. But some people can want to wade into those things, and it's not going to help you. Anyway, Papa, the reason you were talking about what is known in law or in business as restraint of trade.
Okay, all right.
You see, sometimes when we are undergoing these sort of things or this sort of training, sometimes we don't see the value. There's one thing I did, or one process I went through in Ghana before I traveled, and for that thing alone, I think I took it to heart, and it has helped me a lot, or it has more or less guided. You know, when I finished university in Ghana, and I finished my national service, the first job I did was work with National Investment Bank as a banking officer. And one of the processes we went through as a banking, or if you work in banking, I don't know Ghana whether they still do it or something, is you have to swear an oath not to disclose Mr. A's information to Mr. B. On the face of it, it looks like that. But it is justified. It is justified in the sense, or at the time, Baba Smiley, you know, in our part of the world, here too, when we were using checks, it does happen. Then later they came out with punishment. You know, when checks were being ubiquitously used, if you draw a check here and it bounces, they charge you.
Yeah. They used to do that.
But in Ghana, you have to swear this oath that, okay, Mr. Ebuedi signed a check to me, even though, and the check bounced. Do you understand? The check bounced when the beneficiary presented the check, even though Mr. Ebuedi has got money in the account. So do you think if I tell that customer who presented the check that, oh, this man, he's got plenty money in his account, do you know what will happen?
Let's just say, Papa na after wa block check no.
Exactly. He's like, you've betrayed the man. Or you
Avi,
betrayed the issue of the check.
I'm cancer vincho. Waka massive. Na maybe na I was dealing in suits, men's suits, right?
Yeah.
Anna Osofu be. Yeah, said you're okay, not to mention names, right?
Okay.
Or tall, almost £1,000 worth of suits. Emma or the tall man na sorry members. Na him say that or my check, positive check. He says I done dra. Min kona min cash check na. Na me I mean say gama we say. Oh, the way you work drink kakra, right? Enti o catch them say that no so a me friend no answer na my present check no. Okay. That alone no made me know say o ma me check o ma paper keke say me fanko. No anim the way. Enti that no be aka be 3 days ama de na so na gaba no ono amu asase e frɛ me.
Hey.
And then open so chi. O se me fro. To what say? Na me fro. Na onu mu e frɛ and I'm say David akọ me mfa no call no. Man fa. And I'm share that the check no. E kotum. And pampa me the check no kotum wa. No, omo refuse to check no. And see, yeah, na my friend am say na sofo check no me ko anya you know na say me catch you say ebe so a frɛ me ansa na wa present it na ana me frɛ o say o you know say na o ana o me frɛ sa o mfa o the kaka ho ne say unim say me Ashton boy
Hey. Wow.
I say unim say me Ashton boy
Yeah, exactly.
Abi, to what seems why? To what seems me uncle.
Yeah, so I think the man knew that he hasn't got money in the account. So he wanted to please you. But the little experience I have, some people will have money in their account, but some reason or whatever, they will call and say, don't honor the check. You understand? But as a bank worker, you have sworn, you are not allowed to disclose to the beneficiary that, oh, this man has money in account and so. So to be frank, this thing, it has guided me in dealing with people. Not necessarily being secretive or something, but you have to be very circumspect to use a just a thing, so that you don't cause trouble. But you cited an example of Ronaldo. You see, the reason why I cited this example is it depends on the industry and the sector you are in. You understand? Some of these restraints of trade may hold. But in certain industries, it may not hold. We call it restraint of trade. In the sense that, Papa Smiley, if you work with somebody in your business, in your sector, and for some reason the person is dismissed or the person is not working anymore. And he said, don't set up similar business for the next 10 years. It's not reasonable. Do you understand? It's not reasonable. Or don't disclose our secrets or something. For you can set a time limit, but not unreasonable time limit. You understand? But it depends on the sector. Like I think McDonald's or KFC. You know, up to now, the secrets, the ingredients they use in preparing their thing, nobody knows it. And the same, in fact, recently, either this week or so, somebody also told me that papaya in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
And up to now, nobody knows the things they've been missing.
For their fried rice.
And they don't know. Nobody, they always don't disclose it. So if it is poison or something, they are using to people. You understand?
So, if the same thing with Coca-Cola and among the rest.
Hey, Baba Basmali, you know, this part of the world, these things will be regulated and so on. I mean, they test some of the things. But Ghana, who has gone to test the food papaya is missing to people? You understand? So if you follow the right procedure, yes, some of the restraints will hold. But if you are in media and you are telling me, you are gagging me, don't say this. Sometimes it will not hold. When I say they look at the sector, they look at, and this also goes to Baba Smiley. You see, the reason why I was criticizing the Kente thing, people were, is that, okay, Baba Smiley, does Ghana has absolute patent rights for Kente clothing?
I think this you are now delving into matters of history. So, and I will have to look. I will have to look into it. Koswabe.
Yeah. But Smiley, you see, using description like strategic thinking and so on, it's not like some words you use anyhow. Something we don't have practiced some of these things. We have been priding ourselves as originators of Kente, originators of this and so on. But there is no national effort to benefit from the thing. Look, if Ghana has secured a sole international patent or right on Kente clothing, fine, China can produce, but everything they produce will be getting the rights. They will be getting benefits or revenue streams or royalties from it. But the Kente these people were wearing, Ivory Coast does it, China too is doing it. So why are we boasting with our thing that, hey, come on, we are not strategic in our thinking at all. You understand? But Papa Smiley, when we say governance is not only about construction work, these are all the things we are talking about too. You have to. We are joking, Papa Smiley. Sometimes you don't even know how to, and you expect the people in charge to know better. You understand? So I don't know, we are not deriving value from most of the things we have. And that is what we expect the people at the helm to be doing, to be thinking, and solving our problems. China has been producing our Kente, we don't get anything. No royalties, nothing in it, and we are priding ourselves. But Basmali, if you go online right now, you know Owari.
That's right.
You can buy Owari anywhere on Amazon. So they got some name they call it. So what shows that we originated it? But when we wake up, go to Ministry of Culture or we have something, they say we are promoting culture. We have a whole ministry for that. What are they doing? What are they doing? When we say these things, people say, oh, you people, Papa Smiley, we are not struggling to go occupy what they are doing. No. You said you want to do it. So we are observing you. We can sit behind and criticize you. I'm there and I'm sleeping in the job. Come and tell me.
I see.
We are not deriving value we are entitled to from anything, but people are there just showing us. Yeah, so it comes back to your question you are asking, about deriving value, your value systems and so on, guide your creativity and all those things. Sometimes we don't, Yeah, so tomorrow, maybe if I have time, I'll come and deliver on this.
Okay. All right.
Behavioral cycle.
Okay. All right.
The behavioral cycle about the four behaviors.
Four behaviors. Okay.
Yesterday.
Okay.
You made mention.
I was listening. No, I was listening. Yeah.
But yesterday was it?
No. I'm talking. I said a conscious competence, unconscious. No, kind of.
It starts from here. Unconscious
incompetence.
You understand?
That's right.
Conscious
incompetence.
Conscious incompetence. You understand?
Unconscious incompetence.
Yes.
And then conscious incompetence.
Exactly.
Okay, and then it comes to conscious competence.
Competence, yeah.
And then it goes to unconscious competence. Thank you very much. Echna, no aba. Why? Echna.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Na home so ho. Na mene I can talk to one more person before I talk briefly with.
That's why you have a nice lady on your team today. I hope she hasn't gone.
Oh, Lady Ben, how can you?
Was she something Monique or something?
So sometimes this telegram I don't know sometimes.
There was one lady.
I saw, but the name didn't sound more of a Ghanaian. I don't know. So,
or maybe I could see her school here behind the scene.
I don't know.
Papa, boy now,
Uruguay.
Okay.
Okay. You are assuming
she looks young, and I think the only people I'm seeing here, Akwesi will be the youngest, so maybe school here along the side.
Assumption. Okay. All right. Akwesi ko baby over here antina. Se bibi ni Akwesi na beka. Why? All right. Let me talk to Akwesi briefly, and then I can go to Bombardier to handle the rest. Akwesi, say ultimate can Bamaso. Akwesi mra mi enko. Yes idea obosomfo boche ma so beso ka bibi ene boche ba ho
Papa ma jobo mi diana
mi bo wudi na say cheka Akwesi Bamaso
yeah
Bamaso
we drinkers there papa
na Akwesi bogo there
Nyamya dum say sorry you papa yeah sorry so is good to ana ma hu say enua ya e wo ma hai papa nyame ho enua na samata ma pro be na fefe bet se ni na sa progu so ho na enemy observe we be so to pa from e fa but de bia na ensu apro ni nyina gu ani ma na bia ni ho no enframa de ne ko benkum na de na banifa so na gina opintin.
That's right.
Na ese be dru sama so a na sa so biem na aye yi say who say green see abaso so ho na duaba kinkiti bi abaso na nnoma edi be dia je nima bebre bi say dua yi na say wo ye nipa situation bi a wo komu bia no so wo nya hu ye nko ade a se nye wo na be ka wato am wakode a so betima sa afefe biem condition bi a wo bia no na say wo betima sa afefe.
That's right.
Ama emesu bibia free enua wo me nchen ha ne said every season bia no esi ye no say papa ni pa season bi wo no ma wadwuma sem nya say bia woni score but bibit mi show preko pe na em say woni ma bi ase chia na fe de what's half a beam? So, Papa, I'm saying, little
a very, very interesting observation, right? Now, what I may add to that, and say, said ya walk and from no bo eduado na call left, na bar right, ball call left, na bar right, right?
yeah.
I have seen similar circumstances and from no ball left, call bar right, ball left, and eduana as well as way to out of form, right? You know, however, I still don't see that as the end. I still don't see that as the end. And rather, me can't be say, said yeah, epo astroche no, it goes back to the source no. Said ye uhunu biya no, we go back to what we came from.
Yeah.
We go back to what we came from, and not to be very, very say we were say abstract here and there. We were cast yeah, call heaven be here and there. Maybe I'm just being real, right? Say yeah, either say no be kwa form, right? And I say yeah, be show. And I say yes, you ya. Ye do once no, ye be to agu and from so. And I say ye de be kwa gupum, right? Say I'm for wa gupum kura na ye de kakra gu container bi mu ekusi baabi a ya show me boa.
Me cry me some Pisces in team away on from Gugu Pum. Some Pisces.
And one no.
That's
right. That's right. Yam fa wonko, right? And either say we be kwa asase mu.
Akwesi, have you seen some wild animals in the sea? And imagine those ones playing with your bones. Yeah.
Oh, they
no.
Send your body near the
water. Yeah, criminal too. We don't want both be in him.
And your body. And your body nina. Ya shi we and you know. And you know, whichever way, either say you go back to the earth, you go back to the fires, to the air, or to the waters. And these are the parents of our parents. Right? And he said, yeah, someone make us say, and from no born no call left, born no call right. Now, one of they went to me no buhiano. Yabaka fediano. Yabaka kuchicha. Near the akoye firewood. Oh, they are in city. And see, said yeah, what kind of one other thing I can also learn from that and say, this life, no, is an unending cycle. It's an unending cycle. Just say, you're so beautiful. Now, when you sit down and just one thing, one aspect of life, you even decide to make some learning out of it. The learning out of that is infinite. It's never ending. Makan is saying, Obinsu tia, also benya a different view as to the aken. Nina say, life teaches us moment by moment, and that is why I said you have to remain open-minded in the open university of life, where teaching and learning happens in infinite forms. I was see, young queen, na young komo, you manager Neddy. Ojen ho say.
Papa. 3% of Ghana program, a football program, no my year free or just 3%.
3% per
Bombardier, Yamisha, what will be this one? Me do any prefer more, me read it. I cannot trade with Utum say, what the football at check, and now or the fast and about be good on watch the way forward. Na Sekaya dear Senka, it be a Ghana football people more pick up where you're be good and see you follow. It be an anchor boy. But only my caucus a conforce a call. Na Papa, media. Me pay sports, not soccer. Sports me pay. Me dear kirache and me who the sports a young crofo. It bobo no be soon, Timmy bobo no be straight. It me bo be renia. And need ye di bra womono, ning kabumu e di bra womono. And yasam kitwa. Ukba American football, if rating become a kind of say Cowboys or more Texas or more playoff, none or lose here. Upit me for the TV, no, the actual one with Titia so. Ubi crass, so dear, or what just on what yes, the chrome wolf said the Ghana for a wolf. I tells you how people are passionate about all these things. The way forward, and they said, me the Nanka me Susu. Coach, yapam coach, yapama. I say, not just a problem, no war. Side GF because coach be over baby ano. These people will still manipulate him. So think I made a GF no one. Oh, Papa. I want to make an example. Me say abuawo. A friend winning. Kuno na say u person win na so twenty no. No trying to talk. And yes, how we will be. So see. Say per se yedi abone nam de na de nyina ni gide a eso honom no GF4 yen dissolve a GF we no say FIFA for so mo yen ko World Cup we ma it's okay, it's better than say be kwa kohwe ni akoma. Say I feel na me recover Ghana crabo ye lose nyina so I feel na me recover from a didi mu so entino say yanko bi na ete honom a that's fine ni yen yeti ni yen prepare so Papa, I will be a friend who join upon check. Open the back one. On some people be more. What pim no. No, couldn't tin who now because who granny. No, this speed the full force. What your people say, go not tobacco down about da. Sana is a gun and you know. In case you quit cheat. No, ye tim no more. Or more, say. I say, a near power much or more, but and yana who I say, me pa ma kura bi ase na me tie ne makobo bo na ye di Ghana jesi ase me me kume ho so na ye start ye costume na ye bo if your costume no kra no sa interco na ye bo no e ho na say start we start from coast na akra no ankra no da bia make now you say you for na wini e kind of say Anglican asim so one of the school me pe o masempa asim Kumasi asim Anglican omuna ade interco Papa, so some kind of ball or more ball. And they say Ghana, more people money dear because I'm growing you started pick more because in America, say one go college uncle we are it a big at the amount so we mean teamable. Papa didn't tell me any son say Abu Ronin say they are sports no hazard room or not bit me grab ya won't mobile beam. Until you found certificate here and you bit many BBA aqua. Most of Ghanaians see be apart from Bono, nya baby do Ghana pay, not jumbo near by the team, because we need just a coaching course, maybe you'll be cool, no, coaching course or class or bowing area. So, we think Crano, how more secondary school, no more book, interco, mass interconi Ghana, but you won't intercon, you start because first as Najan had the same thing, intercon, no one will become one, they say, Nimoy. Let's just say you what 1,000 talent and Crano one more, you see, it more. You think I'm Kuprani boy and can be a team to say University of Ghana, Ababe, Ababe, drafting no. Ebia, Kwame Nkrumah University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. It drew every season, no more drafting and crying. Not just a purpose on a football, but still no one says we are dear come because you have to read and understand contract. But if you cannot read and understand that, but just Chasela said that Chasela now say about here. There also been a bonaburi. So, it football, in our so no, the knowledge, come because Papa, knowledge in come on. But what the and the carrots say, me different for the whole week, as I may balance me diet. So, now, wow. And when America for a year and then I know push here on good anymore, too speedy, become more Ghana in Tim Tunica. Kobe is a different ye organic person, ye did more money, one way, ye did and papa no. And can prefer more cheesy in case I get the form call. But adapted the modern football technology. Don't say you have to maintain certain weight, and yes, I UST no more. So, Anna, Papa, say I adapted high school in Crano because meaning perform a bonteco or meaning bobo. Play a rookie Domina no ball Tia Marcy. That promising style. Kotoko contribute a second one dead no. That guy was a movie and a man a drew baby woman. So what was there was some perform baby one Omo esenka ye draft omo te say the Americans no. So we are not University of Ghana draft to University of Ghana na team be to say house kotoko. Every year biano na ya oma drafted players e free omo and say oma kwa abrochiri. So nanka under 17 under 23 we know etimi aboa. Cause they say no star black materials brass slides so under ni nyina egu. Ye money wo form ho. So papa say football you say be ni yie na say every person any to say the Senegal for invested ko football mu because I can say football no what World Cup ya mouse ka ya bafa be football match na so bibie mu nkyere bibie no amu ye kyere say I say ye serious makoto to China puma butu bia be go say mu the common teams so oko pram yes one soccer man soccer is almost soccer man or say I mean the review but from when I the nature of these buildings I see so nothing is working nti you create no say wo the bank akoshe for mo a enye madwen say enzo beto ma wo kotwa bode e bi da the share form na wudu nti wo ba ye no sika na wabedi nyafunyafu obi ankama some politicians wo mo road football mo underground obiti onya risky ba kono ma na afre me player we wo or second division friend no afa no abebo meanwhile we have people players we hungry these local players be hungry so betting or bebo e bia wanya contract na ono so di akwa abutiri akofa players we are the bees yenko masem o say ball kwa no atwe ni nika akofo no akisi ni triase na bibia amfa ne ho afi ya bobo na wie na kese nka bia oh ye de esre mo ye nipa mfo so ya o se o ye obebo no be gina Ghana ni na so wudi na tano ye no be tie gina no no akọ so hu iti papa me de makato say tournament no be afi kwa na bebre eba nyame bo next year kwa ye say bobi World Cup sa da yanim after World Cup ye say sabo tournament bebre eba yen good team no ne prepare for future say be ya cup ya come dey say 50 years Ghana ye cup bi a Blasters ye cup bi a so ntino me de kakra metima kan e wo wa no football no say ye penko ade papa ye nye ni yi
Okay.
so
All right.
ye nye ni yi
Yenye ni ye.
na ye say ye kan say nyambo a this year Paris ka first pa Olympics Ghana papa aton so say kodo to so it is football people no minim papa minim de ntia bibini ankasa no say yen say that money pa bro so ma better so the sika mama FIFA amount 8 million oko work one year sika no be ye bibia ya tena so and you who say obia ba oh there be bia ye ko what cup no cast ye ko boy ye nya ye ni say ni de be wura football papa as we speak right now say what kokuma se pan na Black Stars e bobola ho na hu say football Ghana football now ko hwe kuma sports stadium a yesi ho na e ko bobo bia na FIFA for be inspect almost no it's not even up to standard because I at more that papa no ko hwe Senegal sika kakra de mo no sika kakra de mo Senegal ti pa no mo ti pa no mo but football ni pino o ma ye ni here to the sense and the place be bring wo bo chinto obi e ba no be ye we obi si hospital no be ye we na o mo kro no ekoso ko no ko sports stadium so mo sisi ho ye de ye say the very whiskey gu ye yem ti kwa brani mo say whiskey hu na fu anya kese yo
Oh, na I was in.
no di bi and nam ko nam
I was in just came normally AstroTurf. Oh, are they? I was in. Say no, we normally AstroTurf you.
Papa oba ye US high school be a why be I was AstroTurf because o masa no ntimi engross that natural grass papa you know you school no minim baby a we school park that na ye ni natural grass e wo no could be any AstroTurf yes maybe say be a wo can say a several multi-purpose e bi kwa de ye na no nkrofo bi de so mo de akoye ye mu atutu from fire na tutu ye so me dey say the number of ABS stadiums here ye can papa ntimi nkan bom fancy a genuine one beautiful sports stadium in see Kumasi and ABS Accra Ni ko bola. Upon this a year YCC na astroturf YCC na papa. Astroturf YCC YCC. Yakobo bia FIFA for ba see ye sports stadium bia standard. To me it doesn't make sense to me. Because astroturf no me bobo do some my bobo. Papa, so we dina so na bobo we ba no ha nyina ye ya. I just always share sa Nike for jean boot no sa boot be the stored any as you know. And so with the bobo. So no cry no every year bia no. And you free last year you pay $2,000 for the whole season, $2,000 because I some renovate no. Na papa ru bobo so cry nye de. Bobo so na obi twa akwa bi de na be ka me mi yonku bi ne na kakraka bi. So me je bo me twin ba ko me ye ya on be se me ko na obe ka me to for. Me ko to dwanim nyina dwiri. But ye wo baby wo ha sei. Yakobo natural. Papa so gina so na bobo la. Utumu say yes. Papa, how can you compare artificial to natural? Ade natural. Asasina na peke grass no na abisisi wo.
I can see.
Senka ade sa grass ya wo kan. Senka ko ni man ka je so. Amam fo ko aso. Grass ya come for percentage wo astroturf yi. Amam for percentage o mu je ni chen kwanya asem ketwa. So astroturf no how we go stand the grace. How can you come? Yeah, I say astroturf we be corner o ma ye e bia yi kakra bi tuma fani papa e bia hakra no inipa 50 nipa 50 be 150 be 200 be what go ya astroturf for sikrom obekora ni page na ho ka kwa na ni page na ho crazy. Oh papa
I was see so what na o kan asem bi I was with the assemble. Or say, how can you compare artificial to natural, right? In your man, be say something artificial, what it can do, no, something natural cannot never do. As my big king, what I say, I was away. I was see. Anyway, I was see. Fatu one answer. Actually, you ever can watch them. Na me hu say board chairman epeso waka bibi ma me tie board chairman kakra and then I finally hand over to President Bombardier. Board chairman what yan ka dia ba ma so board chairman board chairman no I think that at the moment I know which maka bibi no that moment is perhaps gone. Yo any ma member Bombardier kwan omra and then he can take over right from here. Quite unfortunate. I need to step away. And this I want me ankasa many be there. Let's just say I'm away. However, President Bombardier is taking over. Na ene kukwa day questions and answers. Among the many other questions are one of them on the table to what extent are your beliefs, principles, and practices igniting the intelligence, creativity, and love coded within you? To what extent are your principles, your beliefs, and practices igniting the creativity, love, and intelligence coded within you? Well, whichever way, say creativity, never first, intelligence, love, whichever way is the same thing. Right, put to here gum ne put a here gum am sini na ye pe enti say owo beliefs be ana practices be a wo ye ana say owo principles be a you hold so dear to your heart and say you hold you practice as well. The question is kwan ba so ana sa enema ya awoi boa na ekenya creativity no e can twi say intelligence ene odo a ewo umu. Now some other questions are perhaps it comes in as well. The definition of creativity, intelligence, and love itself. However, meaning say you may have a beautiful idea as to what these things mean. When we talk about love, what it truly means, when we talk about intelligence, what it means, and when we talk about creativity, what it means to you as well. That is one of the questions on the table today. Yantimi anka ho asem fully, and now this is a whole in fact, I need to sit down here for a whole month for us to delve into this issue, this question deeply, because if you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Hindu, you are an engineer, you are what have you, you would have a set of beliefs, you would have a set of practices, and you would have a set of principles. Some have beliefs, principles, and practices, whichever way. So when you hear Quran, you may have some practices or you may have some principles you work with. Now, to what extent, Anna, those principles, beliefs, or practices, no, ebwa ema utimi expressing more creativity. Ebwa ema utimi expressing more intelligence. Na ebwa ema utimi expressing more love. This is big. It's huge, right? It's huge. Ti yabeka ho asem. Yanka ho asem na yabeka ho asem da foforo. However, ene yesore ya say enra akra enra na pia bontia na say trying to sack no. Na Ghana for do Ghana na. Because me take cry say there's permutations be kura na e bit mama Ghana call. I was hearing something like that. Let's just say there was some sense of relief kakra to some people. Anyway, let's just say uhemwa Chris Krabia when no Ghana e wiem ho na omo kona na so omo fa forma ana omo twa no sack no, right? Anyway, ya ko tore ya just say Chris yes em fa na dwuma and to honum on fan to ama adwuma no so ya je ampa wo de ato ho. So na I mean it's been happening. It's been happening over a period of time. And you corner say anya year na yesifu adwuma eto ho no. I don't know. Say that busa no almost sign some oaths of secrecy be. Nunti say what do adwuma to ho no you can't say anything. Because I'm very certain say yeah man the kwan say won ka bibia bia neme bia between China and name as to why he may have not been able to perform fully. I wouldn't say he alone is the reason why we weren't able to perform. It's a collective thing. And then we need to take collective responsibility to this failure. And many a time when it happens this way, it diverts our attention to just the manager as the reason why we weren't able to perform. But we are in it all together. In as much as the manager takes responsibility for certain things, it's not only the manager that we need to address in some of these issues. And he said, "OT akwasi so kind." Also, 3% of the problem. Yeah, it could be right, because there are other reasons as to why we ended up this way. I mean, him say the Tibiano and Yanom will certainly express their views on that. Questions and answers. So I'm very certain other questions may be coming alongside. Now we had much now. Abby say. And Emma and Naibi Emery will come one seminar. He will find time to come and talk to us on conscious competence, and unconscious competence. However, no have a boy in Chimupa. You see, a catcher will say, Abby, one beautiful thing that I have discovered of him, will be a okay book, right? Okay. And to knowledge the home. So, and then I dare back all the buyer. Obekaya manage ho pa oso aken kan book bi na book no or say the 7 seeds of consult or kan much true ana ba kon so or say know your value and value what you know obema ye who say onua na o chiro sa book no say you are what you know, right? You are what you know. Well, You see, there is no end to knowledge itself, right? And he said, "I'm a kaka hono." Your uncle bebree a wɔbɛsua nneɛma paa. Wɔbɛsua ne yɛ part of the world no sɛnea amanfoɔ asua nneɛma. Amanfoɔ asua nneɛma paa. But yɛmu dodoɔ sɛ ana yɛ practice. So, it's more to do with what you practice. But definitely, before you practice, you must know. Before you will be able to practice something, you must know. And you are what you practice. But the journey begins with knowing. Yeah, here's a Bombardier, Etienne Khan, Nafi, officially. Won't take you over. Bombardier, Ultimate Khan, on you to win. Bamaso.
We are going.
Everybody knows where we are going. Oh, yeah. We know we will.
It will be hard, we know.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
But the road will be muddy and rough, we will get there. Heaven knows where we will get there. We know we will.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Equia and Quakufor. Say Quaku, Quequenancio, and the Danano, say Equequenancy, dear. Thank you, Watty. Me feel Watty. Trahonan Cuckoo, Nina Yameka, Watty. Yet the ancient GFE a 1.9 million or must spend Watty. Ya bay transfer amount. Now, what do you need? The Dutch wa bay GFE chairman. And watch him said, ye see fire omo. Papa, Yanko in me, Yanumina, ye chacham all the 7 continents, or Botumfuaba, or Bafrin, Finland, Finland for some Mbobo, Metom Kache, or a European football match, Finland, Minim, almost reading for a tattoo on Kappa, reading the Omoya dear on the Thomas Brolin, Mekamopa. Finland, when we say Finland, it was once upon a time part of the Kingdom of Sweden, and Becca US as a home, and now US are on the Finland, a independent country. And history there, and more that if you know your history, you know where you're coming from. Of about this will be free Spain as a potential coach, that you with my coach Ghana Blasters, say, or any UEFA training, no, a year coaching training, come, I'll begin certificate A and B. I say Onimbo Boa Crown no Mushe. I was into the yes, soccer professor and a sports professor in Ano, Unimye, come near Queen. Professor Abezusu ho, honestly, and philosophy no making kind, book dear, a year, Mark Twain a kind, or say I can candy a decided the whole travel no, or travel no, only who are dear, took or can kind of you know and acquire more knowledge. And so one kind things fall apart. Chino achieve marriage of an answer. No one can sad and ama a year if was salon ama ataidu books na obe like no maybe African setup no. And tene ukwade the NSA kofaya na said ye agonda so no monina makabi. I say Miss Ni Bibi Makosi yes nye said ye yesi nyina padia ma Ghana a year mother Ghana. Obiswa transia your observation. Yeka science ni nyina a observation o observation observing no ma no why theory ni the reality na after the why experiment no when you experiment say obi so ye the same thing no nya a year no science no enti akwese yesu ka bibi say and the winter yi pa wo hwe say as enwa ni nyina ye mom haircut enye kenofrata de no bi we the natural haircut pa summertime yen spring ya bo hwe enwe efunwi omutu nyina ya afro omo bi fa boju say bi kwali squatchi form na afide kakra edu fall ultima na afide enwa na ase de sebi omanya cancer enwa no ayi no leaves no na say etrinyu na you lose etoto form omo ankasa ba adenti no mo yesa omo nim say winter the air ba winter ba a bit take a harsh into so they have to share some of their tree hair no so that it leaves no conserve energy. Now we are trying to oh nyansa nyakopa program mo saa na 30 so no summer time and a day or bob on the journey some winter we won 30 bia
entete bi obo no abonte bia no wawu sabo mu nyina hye omo dey my friend until no omo to form dundundun omo story building no a wo hu no soro no saa tentena na da so form enti bia ye planning na erama bedu a wonya ne baby ko on the top medafo ada mia o se bibia all is management so that say management enti wo hwa abodi mo nyakopo bo na bibia no adwuma ba ko no de ma Adam the job of management or say Adam insure no Ghana video manage it and no manage it enti we say etimu nyina bibia management. It starts from the bedroom to the boardroom. We fear we see that as a single unit, no management room. So one can say your content crew are as an independent bachelor and also managing. We did yemu, we tidy shemu, unso no management. And he say it is CBB GFA athletics and one federation management and be UEFA management. One manage FIFA management, BPI management. But how do you manage, and no na difference na ba krobia yesi omo de omo productive krobi wo ha yesi omo mismanagement nti ebi wo economic management team na bi so economic mismanagement team na yeko enim yepe bibia ma sante kotoko no na me chair board chairman ene said ye mekai no ene concerned citizen of Ghana watch your article kama odo Ghana yi hey Ghana yesi ene nkofo ndwe Ghana won na ka kire wo enkofo dwuno na emom no mu na enya chance by radio so because eja serial callers for nyina omo sizi numbers ni nyina enti no wona wa adwen kese ne bekasa omo ma the NDC and people omaje radio stations nyina o Ghana nyina na maka je social media de ye ma ye before me na maka kire emrofo nya social media because they already technology no mo ye sabi dada social media no aye ama African say ye na se be to be leaders no ye security no ye ditata ekunkofo ye security ni emfa gather knowledge bia intelligence be say the boy man no say e be a political appointee now say citizen na constitutional man kwan say obetimi aka bibi no ne yakoche ne yekunu ye intelligence no enti social media ndi wo Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan na obetimi aka obi e ntimi nya ohwe yet we be UK no na Ghana ban na say mo use US market 70 ba be ye dey ye no be ye me ti kaya sem to social media oko Ghana for pa na social media in Nigeria for Instagram, Instakilogram, Facebook, Backbook and why Twitter, Fansta there TikTok ni TikTok be every Ghana for so mo display mo kama jene papa enti nenzo soro me kan article a brand here friend call me Kofi Amikuzi a concerned Black Star supporter yenti etie for listen with your heart not your ears emfa waso enti fa wakoma eti asema ye Kofi Amikuzi aka na obobo no bezmebu no matter say or dress it 10 observations from Ghana's performance at the AFCON over the last 3 decades. That's the last 30 years. The last 30 years. See, from 1994 to 2024, and 30 years. You should find this on here. Number 1, the Black Stars have never won the Africa Cup of Nations in the last 3 decades. Last time you win here in 1982. The Stars qualified for 15 out of 16 AFCONs from 1994 to 2024, which is a qualification rate of 94%. The Black Stars reached finals twice. The Stars reached 13% of finals. The finals that Ghana participated in. The Stars reached semi-finals or above 7 times. This means in 47% of Africa Cup of Nations participated in, Ghana reached the semis or above. The very best period for the Black Stars at Africa Cup of Nations in the last 3 decades was the decade between 2008 and 2018, and our most prolific and most productive participation at Yenya. And no, Ghana called finals twice, and he called semi-finals 4 times. And he's got final twice in KB and KTA and Ghana. He just says a cup 6 times. Okay, Egypt bakope. Number 6, after reaching the finals in 2015, the Black Stars began to progressively decline to the semis 2017. A year quarter final stage, 2019, group stage 2021, 2022, and a group stage BM Yasaba 2024. The trend after 2015 clearly shows a decline in recent years. During this same period, the Stars have had 7 different coaches 7 different coaches in Yenya since 2015 to 2024. You are changing coaches 7 times. Number 7, to confirm this decline, it's important to note that in the last 10 matches at the Africa Cup of Nations, that's the 2019, 2021, and 2024, no, the Stars won only 1 match in regulation time. In Tiboya, 90 minutes in you win back up. 2019, 2021, 2024, you're winning 1 match in regulation time. In other words, the Stars have won only 10% of their last 10 Africa Cup of Nations matches. The last Cup of Nations matches the Stars won was some 4 years plus ago against Guinea-Bissau in July 2019. In the last 3 Africa Cup of Nations, the Black Stars have failed to beat nations such as Benin, Gabon, Comoros, and Mozambique. This is the first time over the review period that the Stars or Black Stars have failed to qualify from the group stages on 2 consecutive occasions. That's 2021 and 2024. Aside our inability to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2024, Ghana has had its worst run in the last 6 years. By the Black Stars' own standard, this is a very poor run of form. In conclusion, the data and evidence from the last 16 Africa Cup of Nations point to a recent steep decline in the Black Stars' performance after peaking in 2018 and 2018 decade. The Stars have declined to the point where they are now unable to get beyond the group stages, even with the help of all the scientific calculators. The way forward, the way forward. It will be an ecophosenia, a cast, some exercise, constructively described by a recommendation. No, a branch and say Obama recommendation. Recommendation in the opposite for Muntie. The way forward, football governance in Ghana needs a major shakeup. Areas to be addressed include the poor development programs for young players. Said here at that akwasi yesu akoma ya can coach football, and the can one seminal. Poor local league a year bar the highest you crown football and grab your wajia baby $50, and now say wajia crab you ever say 1,000 or 1,500 and no cry be a wobo ye kotoko another house no and be a go face no and where they uti aye yen share. Poor commitment levels of players no banswa said they can obu aja or get £300,000 a week. Or a English Premier League in Muntino, eja or ban and 9 on sending 9 a Bomalika, my feet is my only carriage, and any maiden who cry and baboon name na obiaj in a position, na be a Yakasa contract na young committee, sir, especially most of the 99 players in your foreign based players. Poor commitment levels of players, unhealthy team politics. Said the Ekano from GFF to government nina politics near ye manipulation. Obia GFF for nina Obia or club. It will be promoting the star play be a woman because your cotton player and that's when your turn best $100,000 club on about 10 or 15% womb. Now the be front channel 10% here, 5% into Bia and politics womb. A womb. Selection of the right qualified and experienced coaches, or say it me selected the right qualified and experienced coaches, technical bench and players, and disputes over remuneration. Obekaya Yestrosika Eco Brazil, bear 3 billion cities or so. If Ghana has changed 7 coaches since 2017, it is clear that the problem we face is bigger than just the coaches or technical bench. In Muhammad would you say a coach in the technical bench, and bigger than that. May catch say beside this, since 1957, your sister coach 33 times. Winima 33 times in the Asano. If the problem was the coach, then best appeal and number 2 now, number 3 no. It goes beyond coaches and the technical bench. No. We cannot stop at the dismissal of Chris Hilton and his technical team. A long-term strategy is needed for Ghana football. Ghana will not just drift to the top. An evidence-informed plan followed by meticulous implementation is what will take us to the top in this age of scientific approaches to game. And yes, more talent. Ghana talent is not enough. You have to polish that talent, So that's it. And Newton Ekofa gold was as well, gold nugget, or say extractive for a bonimu. Nay, they called the blacksmith, no one refiner, no the good gym, no a bane, near extracted. The real gold, I have no one who's away a gold bar near the tongue and performance. Sani, anti talent and quantity minimum. We need meticulous implementation in this age of scientific approaches to game. Nanesika Beka said, the age of aquarium, or see, continuing along the same path amounts to wasting scarce national resources since 1982. Yeah, wasting. And I make say, and sports minister say they are spending about $1.9 million out of the 25 million budget. No, 1.9 million. They would the Ghana scheme about 20 million cedis. So 20 million cedis, no. Or so Bobeka just say, "Bit me si best 50 chip company, make a chip company, the clinics na a woman time and no, and no boy cross polytechnicals, and first referral. By instance, say clinics in you want to near their call. Kolemu, your teacher was saying the last point. Anything a whole congested, no. Ya call wasting 20 million cedis for these 3 matches. Sports minister and or catch you. It is na Professor Joseph Abeka saying can you progress here? Can you make $25 million? $25 million multiplied by 12 next year. More than 300 million cedis. So that's here. Ain't you know your wages just 3 matches a cobo yet. Me who playing crom fro yet. Me who will tell crom codo yet. Or must spend such a huge amount costing the taxpayer 20 million cedis. $1.9 million. I just Ghana crowd here. Sports minister occurred one try in proceedings. So dollar no this year. Abanjo say Imami in Sudala in the city. Now why Abane cry quoting in Dallas? Namia a job bombardier mean quoted in day. One some of the problems here can say 3% of the problems no and football. No. Or say we simply cannot afford to continue with business as usual. Some are asking for changes at the level of the Ministry of Sports and GFA. Since this is highly unlikely, a more feasible recommendation would be to task the Ministry of Sports and GFA with developing and presenting a long-term plan for Ghana football. This plan must be presented within a stipulated time interval. Ghana may also wish to consider taking a hiatus from the Africa Cup of Nations as part of the reorganization and rebuilding process. Or say, or recommend say, or say some of the Africa Cup of Nations, maybe at least the ever next year and you free moon. Nintimi says if you now why was if you pipe leaky, walk Ghana water for some friends from it doesn't make sense. Pipe no fix the leak. Silly leaks no and sana ye in short ye change to my wofin in a bed flood. And Tembiano see a call Africa Combination, Yempany and Wedru, Yempany Noma. Or see the evidence points to deep-rooted systematic challenges that require significant changes and not just cosmetic superficial to Sana Ghana Yeno. Instance say you be true a giano from the root no near the branches no. Ultra branches say a giano that's over, but 2 roots of the tree now. A giano is like you say the obewu. Finally, may this very poor sowing, say we cried here, say na oti the na abe cano, and na Omunia thinking alike, said the abe in Pibon. Or say, may this very poor showing at the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations serve as a wake-up call for Ghana and facilitate the urgently needed overhaul of the governance and management of football in Ghana. Thank you. This is by Kofi Amikuzi, a concerned Black Star supporter. Nyako Ponchina Abranti Papa said ye kai we and a friend template. While ye doing na Ghana say GFA4 Sports Ministry any abine before we are template no. Or metima flashing at nom de kakrebia kahon na yakwenim. And the sports minister or say we have only spent $1,650,000, which is just $20,295,000 out of the $25 million budget for the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. And to also those US know, we have only spent. Who have only spent? Sikana Yodia. Sika Yakobo Bessia, Debiamkache South Korea, your finance minister, sorry, your better South Korea government. US government, UK government, one government. Almost because some Russian woman for no much tax. No, look at the language you use. Just say, Bufuka, we've only spent. See, can you move into this canal? Or Mujan said, yes, can I? We've only spent $1.650 million. Is Kakitwa. I know Mancasa competing to city no $20,295,000. A bit may more than 100 chip compounds. Share you Kulungungu. Chiliponi, kushegu, and my time or monument, you white vote and any idea commerce will be to Konemoja to Konewu. akran ba kokon wanya infection sika we nyina de yakoba nkofo we ya sebi omo abadwo nyina na omo betom nyinefo a omo gi $300 ya beka na ha say why the sec blasters lose you omo lose you omo gi winning bonus omo gi losing bonus enti sika na ayi ne nyina kai cartel abana nkasa scammer and on one sports ministry nso no omo so scamming ho ansa na GFA na me from gangrene ye ka gangrene say a dead tissue gangrene dead tissue omo ye dead tissue enti gina ye Ghana yifri ho Ghana mpata omo the for gangrene just a dead tissue football association so that's here see ye ka sazo me see Ghana sika wo hwe say 3 matches yakobo 3 matches you are spending 20 million cities 20 million and now we are a kidney problems or dialysis machines are cost just $80,000 but could cost $80,000 so just convert you bet me to 10 of them the whole of Kolebu the whole of Kofanochi 2 penny Kofanochi 2 penny Kolebu ya best 5 the whole of Ghana your $7 dialysis machine I ain't go for waiting list so obi atwen say ye be purify blood na yi toxin na ewom no won sika ye kwasmani o eno ma hiama enkwa no ye mfa sika ne nkɔhye na obonsofo be kasa ya kasa na ade na obonsofo ye MPP ni o senka wo kama ga me David obonsofo de masa nyansa MPP beto ne nyansa no MPP yet 92 obonsofo onyi si 1992 ye won before that ye won na nyakopo program ne nyansa ndada etenye se bia nene akwaye zombie seminam ye MVP enti se abane kra nye no ma ene na meka hwe empedefo se etrenya adwene de tremu enno akosi yesu be kan oka wo wasem wo cobra no utwa ni head ni tail a obetimare enti head no the government itself omo your program through the Ministry of Sports no and an representative neka sebi nyansa adia nyansa bi enim no na kofa GFA FIFA say no interference but onka say no intervention tenie FIFA say no interference but onka say no intervention eti adia ya abante de gugu no intervention ye implementing the say yenko boy Afghana en to FIFA mra and to FIFA and no intervention ye pay team ni country bebre yes and this ye the only interference say bia ye koto GFA for kwa election na abanya be say we na muntoma no and bia interference so that's here and we must know the difference between interference that we need government's intervention unless as you know he wants to continue enjoying the luggage because we have a $25 million yeah budget no a budget where ya be obonsofo of abet bit me I can tell me say difference no enya dia de be to consolidated fund no ya dey kai subtraction no obi because say we budget ndi ye di Ghana wanya di 25 million no enya dia akose dia sika no dia projection tin mamni kama mo $1 million no na mokoba na me di kai na mom there be ye di kat 3 mu enti 19 million na kan 1 million to 24 million say or say aban account ni ehu probity transparency and accountability any dey adwuma so we Ghana ni wa bochire wa Ghana ye back on very so this is how we reason or brand amani hu ye hu abochire na winter say me sorry ya me hwe mbe makra adwo cause awo bi ewo mu no obunso be ka kire wo enye easy ne de bi disca ekọ na aban di ye nko wa abochire kwa every year spending $4 billion na de Ghana which is 6% of Ghana's GDP enyi sika keto na de Ghana we nyina bi na ya bobo no aban $25 million no emu bi na woyi mu $1 million o ma hwe no $24 million na enya de a ka wo ka kire say so means $1 million you spend $24 million aka no e bi aban de amaye ye de ko share consolidated fund no na a reflect on auditor general's report no but ye nya ne sa ye be diska no enti mi de besia no na ya twaso efro enti me sha ase no me de be hye offer body wo ho na ye sha ase proper na makọ obosofo nkasa na mama nakọ Alex na masaba Joseph so abed dey no person ka ensa quickly me nkọ obosofo so
o say
You see, yes, I say for you, then a person can never call opposition for so. With new a year, I'm any information about amount he has spent. He has spent $1.650 million for 3 matches. And I can't budget 25 million. Some can say, or more for budget on to say
ma was on from la me want to be but this year.
Okay, opposition for Bamaso. Opposition for you educate the empire. And then temperature number say.
And then minus 6, still you will below 10, minus 10 in T. Yeah,
and no number minus 3 and no cry 6 no.
Minus 6 no. I almost a bad is also now. I say I know yes, so won't say na a BT crank. Because I know dear and I would me a share on tidy and a prepare who yansana with your bonting. I said the firms and Ayana. Also say what in your mechanics because minus 30 minus 35 near say about the 6 now if it's already a domia kakra and one found you know see a bonti on our bill say a call no send you walk and Oberman in a cry thought I cried you said Jones or Cowan son I won't say be to a ho
depend more. Football, what did they read here? To say your budget na 25 million, you did move $1.6 million.
Oh, media, oh, can you name a Mamma Papa Smiley, Mitino, pa inti, your channel, so no, I can say, Anna, Otta Abbey, Fis or Qua no co. And so my young so or qua on cop, baby, or take 3 anti. Gidi se make us say otie nchia metomano so obete ya na nyanumo medical kasa ni Ghana fo a ewo fie ni amano ni etia 24 radio samre adwenkase ba maso ne ye wo no e o man ho do nyama nyuku anase ni patitru bi ho do ana otan intina ye de etwato adwen e o man kankro na o kan bibi o say Black Star supporter and o yes assessment no
Sports minister of Ghana. Sports minister.
And also Ghana football governance.
I saw the minister for youth and sports. One represented Abang. Some ministry represent Abang. And also we have only
tournament Yana.
I know the Abano. We have only spent 1,650,000, which is just as language in you, which is just 20,295,000 out of the $25 million budget.
Bombardier, and yeah, no cry, and yeah, and idea say when you send for news. But now also, analysis no see Ghana football governance needs.
Or your concern, your friend Kofi Amikuzi.
Kofi Amikuzi as some make and I mean says he say and someone mutu de tiabre. And yes, and for a poor local league. And a poor commitment. On the name of Kenya, no, and ya de fufro. We all know, but at least a bon about to say what's in Yamre now to the public domain, like Senya, you know, he's also adding his voice to the same cause that Emribia. But my huge and that's the biggest disappointment in the president. Oh, that a hammy because Emra J. Kufo, ye papa dear during the tenure as a president. Yenya enko primaries grass ye kwakui either say Alan and Naze all the other 20 aspirants no crano. Now in the back end, still nanado oba nima bibri nima enko ye no nanado ba. Even Kranama MPP for be crash road no, because or a no nonsense person. Also, Socrates sheso or cra competency be under only governance and I say under only presidency no. And you might be say because even Kranema make can was some no back then between 2000 and 2008. Na enkososa. Okay, crab way Malam Isa. Is it Malam Isa? CPP now obey sports minister after tournament. Unzen tempana Jacob for Pamono.
quick action.
Hwɛ Atamels, Muntaka, Ekoto Chichinga, Kebab. Musa Atamels intempa oyinedi.
Oh.
Ena je Jomahama cry ye call a free yankana say ye call Brazil by so. But
you want my
historically no presidents sports ministry nyama nko ye biana the presidents take action. Na meka asomasem so even another outside presidency cry na the kind of tagging na ye dia man on name.
Apart from Isa, one of you na kufo yi no. Asa.
Awu ni mo bia obetimi aka ba na eminim na maka.
Isaac manitwana so oba no
na Isaac eba wa be mi se me nka se kufo enye se me ka no
the make point the to
so Isaac enye se me ka se nti Isaac ti emi se wunti nkomo no opa fato so na ko online ko station application bi etimi utimi backtrack timi escape we no streaming no ekọ ahase na fe wetia na udua na fe wa join enti nemeka ne se Akufo-Addo kra onya menye president kra na yifi se even those then sitting presidents kra o performance na endus are troublesome stage, you know, the level of rot under these presidents endure this rotten stage of near yehu and then no krano na yesi enye but na you need that so ne say Akufo-Addo that your president eniema bi say crowd bi intimacy or no nonsense and intina makufo no kufo ministers ne bi crowd no they were against his presidency minim say bia obi intin sa semida ebe mwa na yina sa na ne tintia ma yina hu say no, we are all dreaming and hoping for the day that Akufo-Addo be baba president enema ebi mo it is me ye boy homebody into abo adaje mre bibia na ye canvas ne ye kan ho nsɛmpa ne nya ye dwen sɛ papa yi ba obetimi aya abo ama ɔman Ghana but in there make a historical actions are previous presidents are taking with regards to poor performances of the sports ministry and as a GFA no besin the Akufo-Addo nya ba kumpo onye half quarter bo onye ye on two oba ye biza no Brazil sensem the records are there o Jubilee House osi ni refi o kan sere ye osi ni refi da be na oba be kai niema ekoso samri why ye like a statue president he sees no evil, he hears no evil, and he's not willing and committed to bringing sanity in this very good society it can for etu anamopa aye hihye pa dia to ho ama ono so abanya akwanya but sane yakika krokra nya me wo mpo se Ghana be bo e wo na chikura na emfa na Akufo-Addo ho say after 7 January 2005 na say Ghana be share emfa Akufo-Addo ho cause ni die so ni opa na wenya no and me so me bo me ho so bo say metimi di manu aka ho bi ama na abenya side bre na ende onfa ye nyehwe na onnya niema ebeboa etirimba. How could a president na mo can say ye we coach Nedi Ket Okreku na wo can be so about interference say na FIFA say ye intimi interfere but say president Ket Okreku president na appointed no what amount of interference na essing way president na appointed
ye to Obama as JFA on any team tino omo
a camouflage and any camouflage or your president any favorite for recent election or mukoye the corruption na cause some massa send your friend George Bibi Mirefin ni other name
George anonso mo disqualify no
why to me so na disqualify no and one in him say esanze president no e back kicking you know yeah ye bibia me kai kram some say submitting the application be kram reception no reject ye ɛho nsɛnsɛm bebree ɛkɔsii sɛn nti president no kra ɔno ne nsahyɛ ɛnyɛ interference kra ɔno na handle ɔno na ɔkura the key hand in affairs of GFA. And as a if he doesn't support and condone the rot in the GFA and as a sports ministry now, what action has he taken to demonstrate to say he is not in favor by giving you the historical actions by the predecessors? No, and then on no Samre no is President Kufuor telling us say Ghana football is in its best state, and as the Minister of Sports,
Pius Azizi.
Pius Ahije, I said,
no, as a deputy sports minister. Ono na ye call Australia.
Australia and Semno. Pius Ahije. Oh, did you cry?
Clarence is on continent cry. Yeah, the chief say 2 is be a man, be say what that question communicate. That question communication is say Abrantani per MPAD or MPP.
I we Sujaman ni send me kwane iramino Pius Ahije oh anya azizu kra eye ever name bi
Pius Ahije as a bibisa
is it Pius Ahije Sujaman aspirant or person di MPA or Sujaman yeah ekosi sen Enam Haji me funny di
Hazidi Pius Hazidi say Clarence maybe a grandpa is living by confirming Clarence. Don't say Clarence in the Wayachi.
Pius Enam Hajide. Pius Enam Hajide or aspirant candidate a Sujaman constituency. Sujaman ye ufri bon ko I say atimpoku ene adomi hofano nyina no omo sa nkrofo no akrade ene eho anumbo so ne asikuma sa constituency no ne Sujaman no anche no na wo ka no ekwembe how did the president handle that issue wa be clear no cry before even anything nti you be edi hu ya pa me personally say President Kufuor under the presidency or hwema eniema escalate from troublesome states to the fatal state and as a critical state. And yes, sir. That was the last time we said ministries no say allocate sika more money. Do they account back to the parliament to say a budget allocation yeni say near the year operations. In fact, so yes, me are generating internally abwa a foreign investment and as internal whatever no. Omutimi bibisa na. It is a GFA ewo ho na say ye the taxpayer and more na say there is no any form of accountability. Na obia unse nra na make say everyone say more calculations bo permutations blasters and qualify munim say blaster qualifier bo manika Ghana na ebre inti me cry dey ha cry no makon too much cry next time cry no qualification no they should even qualify inti media pa na mabosom pa na ya bose momu nkomo ni sanse omano se blaster konenimo omano bre because hwe sisia na moka dialysis ye hia mfidie de ahwe monfo and na even cry ye Ghana football no so attractive say ye local players em say na woka bibi fa Finland unsa omo de eba Sweden and na waka no Sweden na omo ye popular omo players ni bebre no omo local team even league ni sheda enye strong so I think omo perform at European level no but still emre bia no omo bombo ni say omo be develop omo local league say ni amani nyina eye no inti ade na Ghana yetimi out focus on foreign based players no so sa omo ba so omo nyeko ebi kra or camp kra na they are still in contact with their league by the umbo professionals omo coach akwese ye control mo remotely ye protective one inti ade na ye nkansa ye ntimi president ya so how say ojina Frank Emmanuel Macron in Chenze and this is Africa for etwa desert equamononi or say yetimi encourage ye local okay back then now or pay we no Or say, I believe in Ghana. That was one of the mottos. That's why by president, I don't know, want to mean demonstrative commitment. You know, even here football, local football, we can make black stars. You be busy on the local. Before now, the local league, you know, it was a bit attractive. Then saying that, as says and said the GFA, you know, the amount of corruption in roads we don't appoint people based on competence, but we are pointing to satisfy people and honor certain personal way promises be, because the selfish interest, you know, has superseded the national interest at the GFA. And for the league, most of the football administrators have shares in the local leagues. Special prosecutor, these are some of the things that of your findings into how can the league stand on its own? Because then can all the GFA administrators know they are shareholders in the local team. And you a referee crying as a handle gamer, you have your own ways and you can interest. And you might not have that your own self to control on a team, a match. And idea you need authority, a political will and a political authority to say said no, enough is enough. Me say Nigeria AAB. Was it under
Nigeria Abacha in time no.
Abacha. Abacha. We all buy after Abacha no. You all buy ansana Buhari. Yaradua. Yes. Yaradua. Yaradua momu yes adie no. And say okay, Yaradua by after Obasanjo. Oh. Inti adena your president onti minye bibisa. But it's sad. There is disappointment. In Nimpa, President in Nimpa said, this is the state of Ghana football. News na wama kwine ama ibimu erani GF it is or more personal property. Or no ya appointment. Na papa ka say maybe they sign an oath of secrecy. Now we coach. Fine. Say be minimum so Cristiano Ronaldo way scenario be. Also we juma no mukra unto minka and now we juma no so unto minka. Intiminism is similar to GFA position coach no issue na. So we mukra na say niema enko ya. Because Emre so yente they don't cry foul of anything and I say is there achichiro monsa and I say omunya ekwanye. Most of the time I say be a brofu coach you know or based on their culture and intimi come kasa bwan show yim. Oh yeah then omeka no kra no. Almost ba yente hwe a quarter man to me I see ya pack ya samu ya saki coach gana niaba ya saki coach na no appointing authority no adena yenti mean challenge on the competence say who mfa results are here expectable unti no so fa juma tunchen. Why can't we come in here? It is a intervening to protect the public purse na on the President Nado ni brought for back no protecting the public purse. But afena ya punchy personal, ya punchy holes under the public purse are draining straight into the pockets of our cronies. Create loot and share. And it's so disappointing. And you best right way I'm a dick and I say nipa ya watch us anime no. I hope that I'm a kuji. Okay. It's a sports na me ba bombadia say Ghana Sports Journalist Association and I say send you from
it was Swago and a Ghana Writers Sports Writers
and a waju more bibi so I say waju and I said then
waju
and okay waju ni
Sports Writers and kwabna yabo amu
yeah so far so ni then and almost so ya pepe bibi a show mafunu nti omuntumi nkasa aden nti yesre a president so be tie na say a president we bia ba maso ekọ pa say yenye bribi mwa ye ho yenye say ye boa obi o ye tu anamo ana ye nhihye be boa ye nkasa ye ho nti we tu sa anamo na wo ha wo ho na wo ha wo manfo na oni obi anya se ebize sika ye de ma Black Stars ni a omode bre ye no they don't pursue a boy bra. Inti so infant say we a CEO Ghana Ghana yawode na o manager general manager appointment or man nkrofo bi a omo nhyɛ da embo company na wo be hwɛ han ahwɛ ne sa na sɛ wo so betu na mo bi a ɔde bɛsesa no nti yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛnyɛ saa nhyehyɛ no na embo sports journalist na de bia over 700 radio stations obia wɔ ne sports program a ɔyɛ obia wɔ ne sports program ɔyɛ ne nyinaa ɛmfa so bi ambrɛ Ghana football ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo ngu sports shows na ɔmo yɛ wɔ TV so ne radio so because so ne mfa so se bia betting companies no na samre so ɔmo so de ɔmo ho ahyɛ mu ma ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwuma ma ɔmo na ɔmo nka but me deɛ madwenkyerɛ ne sɛ yɛn halt to the activities of yɛn halt
na said na for person of person say even though say baby might not be necessary to say coaches no say blaster coach them say you know me come near mamu contract ye mamu nka enome wo mu e bia na e cartel nti da bia ye mamu hu rot na wo nti na obi aba yes ye territory no we say say ye na nado nso no na ba mu nso ye ne say you know clearing agent nti no memo that's why if you kra mo ankasa mo reserve the kra 7 years on kwa first president we try for at least 4 years one year research about quarantine na bia no so sa na net ye say bia out of secret bi say ye clear na ye nye bia ye nye obi edi we use say bia
on the nasem ono de ni amamu ni de damufu a it's unprecedented atamos besie ono de na meka no nti ye besre say wo MPP mu especially MPP mu say ade a aba ne ye hwe me say mini amanfo bi kasa wo Ghana ye say even obo mo produce minerals soft drinks ni stand man omo nya nsuo e wo mo factories ni produce nti wo mo ye retailers ni distributors no omo short products ye say nsuo crash short to arane e wo Ghana o kai se je kufu abreso no ye nya yellow gallons no ye se wade na mionima etimi ko be se GBC if you can dane akon GBC ho no kwa at least
4 gallons
yeswa every nima na akon GBC eye ho na sojafo no wo ho na ya ma wa fa trainer makwa nsuo na ye be man ku 4 gallon but kufu echire no nsuo ho asem under Atamos ne Mahama ya nse hu ku 4 gallons ni biem ba nde 4 gallons na se puepi a mitie Ghana Water Company for almost say Ghana Accra population no aide I increase and inti na nsuo a short na odwen ho a wonti ase na tweze nipa da sanya ede watu adwuma no say yen hyehyɛ na to na mo to na for peg situations as population is increasing demand is increasing no na uzu ni nya obeye but uti Ghana Water Company almost say in so shortage is due to the population increment ba Accra
omobua galamsey etuwa forest and producing so 3 rivers and the source no Birim ayensu ni densu and provided all the major one ansana wager ne the abano enti omaye galamsey wom said the okay abanya wo kai you know sinoko Chinese you kai
Sinohydro yeah
say ya kwaje besia and say China for bit my bibia and na okay vice president ebe ka minerals one asem bauxite bia wo ye ono aka say na analysis say you go to ma and say it was forest na and the last major rainforest contain all the rare species of flowers and trees ni nyina say ukuma Adane Park into Honda
na sisia no na nado obaye president ye kan ye make sure say ka say ye nim bi di say obaba ba ye bibia ebeboa ye nti ana ye bo
obi akọ tank akrans so ntimi ntunju cause enso ni ye nchene enso ni ye nchene ntimi ntu well sea water na obenyanti oboso fasi ama me na me nko the great
medase mediasi obimbra
Alex na ba Alex wo na me nko Isaac so Alex say when you passing ya na ma me nko quickly Isaac oba na mama oba Isaac ba maso Alex Isaac.
Somebody.
I don't see.
Why Isaac anan?
Isaac kasa Alex nso abaso.
Okay, Isaac we dey kasa we na mama Alex aba. So time now we kwesi ni next person je dey wi. Ba ma so
I don't see.
Yo, any questions and answers, what in your auntie, fire my uncle.
Oh, man, Tinina, and I did my master, my boss now.
Okay, and basically, in our Ghana, a year, you come any 4 minutes and so to say, some can say, budget on one farm by this a quarter number, tournament so Abia Daroma, Yakwaba, and you almost spend $1.650 million. $1.650 million out of $25 million. Into $1.6 million, no would call or more convention man about 20 million cities near spending for just 3 matches in the ticket. Into any can was this year, so we say a bit my a financial loss and a bit my call before. And no business a year suggestions that by said Kenya football and second, yes, suspended say Africa Cup of Nations, you coach football. Near share a year GF and a year ministry, so any and then so a question of answers. The opposite will be what to be now, so what kind of answer were there?
I didn't Ghana, so Omona Moody, it near Domoson say, or son. Or into your son, a woman or more teacher than that. Yeah, MPP for no more teacher. Omona. Because omono your mind be now mobile so mobile baby because omano omonjin omano na just say South Africa mpo am ka ho omo eye training wo Asante region poni na say omoko South Africa ndi aka one change international ne na ye me say MPP near the Papa BFM Ghana, MPP party no, near the Kupo Tabo, Kupo Tabo, or Muni be Papa Bia Ghana. A reform quan, a boku fo, or Muni reform quan. No more bad, no more day. I can't tag, no, I can't for party. I don't know. Money I can't party. More party no, this year you say, my share party, say, a preferable party. You and I'm more a DB did that than Kofobi and a Kofobi Dimoti because yeah, a Kufado de ye Ghana no. Then Muna says this year, you need Yansani be any Ghana. Yansani be any first, no, not me so yet Tiamuso Yansa for him, and I'm Fisa and Panyansa for Sanya Sapuni. You pay for more Abano, or more who is here, or more near dream Pama a Pia. So, what will be so Ghana? No, a party be ever baba ye, Abba wow. That's how I end this never year people dear Kai wish woe. Because when Edward one second couple way Eddie and then second one saying, and Cabrasta, look at Bob Bow, just wo. Never keke. Bass and Ponu to me the bass and Pocono. One boka almost $20 million. A dear Kwana Makoye, our Aricus. A dear. And I come one bonnet. I hear a calf and so the Maomo. Sir, a week to what GFNO. And a question yantachi. Yet the Pamno a week. Oh. Na ya na nkofo fi so kwesi akwesi wan aya na mo fi se nyantachi no kan say Dubai case no say mo release our report here anko bo hu say Jeffy say a Jeffy report say I'm say Jeffy report no monim nyantachi ekwa withdraw $2 million. Say only Ghana, ne Holland, Yakobo friendly match. Ghana ne friendly Holland bought a year. Holland for the invite here. I will work up a friendly. And if Yante Tico years out $2 million, no, any fee year before accounts. Say, oh, or the couture a cat, our Holland. A brown Holland for the fat car ye be piano. Oh, San you may na a wicked to say na say, Sicano we are na Satamano, na a euphone I was so. Oh, now or yeah, the ama MPP for. So I'm quite a sentina a who fired by and want to me until Yanta Antum. And now then a Osaka a we oh umo ni brad ya. We are so umo ni brad ya.
People say you cry no collier book cry about I year for post cry man in Jebi. Ya baneno. And I say I'm somewhere reduce in the crack. In the 15 years.
Oh, na I am not so Dubai, dear no, or the president cool mono. But already the report now. Sika Nyata Tini Nuko for di our DF honor. A bina says, ya, way so Kreku is a wine, Captain Kreku is a wine. On also Abano, who say Kufuado Yafo, and a Kufuado, a useless president. What didn't or then a bush for the Abba presidency, the same thing as DFA president on us. Why? Says Yano, Okwa, Nimianum, and then the cousins, one or the more bebu, DFO. Negana no, ya bomb and nipa baku. Ya bomb and nipa baku. A Kufuado as a son for, says ya, Ofa, a MPP parties, ya Kufuado don't want. Ministry bia, penny bia da who bia, no backwana who call from Quanabu. Oh, but none who nipa kwa ne gu because one ye Ghana ne say a osono mo na forest mu mo tiafi and you twa mo na mo forest mu but me dey me say nkofo we no ebekọ ma foforo aba na foforo ba na ndisi for ba na mo be ye na mo so yeah because person this for mahama be chi san nkofo ina ko omo ye yufo omuye yufo ahụ obosomfo asema na ọ ka me ba mu a kufo Malam Isa kesi anam se ebeto yi no nye Malam Isa nkwa na kufo etumi chi no ede tu because say no ye PNC ni nti no adenti na nkofo di sika yokubrebo no mo ne ahwofa no mu nyina edi sika no so want me ante kufo one or two meeting no apart from Malam Isa ne nkofo ben otumiti no two mu ontumi ante obia ono kwa oyawi ono kufo kwa yawi because ono kufo kwa no owie osese Ghana sika edekwa ye chain ekwa ye chain edebetoto amafo komo ode mi tu no komu I mean that go for we no sometimes no aya na efi se bia oh ya ne yeri afi kufo adentina kufo ne aseku nya problem because kickbacks na eba na nyina no na ekọ omo headquarters kufo anka say kickbacks eba nyina mo dati nyina fa nkọ castle nye we no mo na omo kwa sign Ghana 3% for year no sometimes na ya na eba eba say oh mo kwem se kufo de ne oye hori bia ama me obo kufo di mpa na me bo ya fun me tin di mpa na me bo ya fun because ono ne obi a oba ya wonya sika cha obi a ono no ba ya ye de sika nyina de cheye ono no ama metuaka ono no oba be profite yeah oba be profite hepek no hepek scan ba ya e de no de ye nya toilet no de sisi e ntina ba o mi se oba be sisi toilet ni bi no because o won se kufo toilet na kufo sisi ye sometimes no ba ma kan kofo ni bi say oh omo ye holy na kufo me na me kan me say me na me ye atamesa anka me first day office na anka me chi kufo tumu na de na mo you scratch my back I scratch your back e na mo de to ho nti no sa akufo ado aban we de juma odi di Ghana no so omo ankwa na Ghana for etuma ba omia no mo bone no ana ba omia e ba be ye ho adwuma ma omo akata so na de yentra ho na me sometimes na ya na ye mobo cause o hwe ye nua no ma wo hu ko bia o Ghana na ofa bia Ghana ni o misal so e na ho te say oh bro me ho akire mi o apa so no ho akire no sometimes I don't blame them because omo bre adwuma ni ho omo bre onua no mugu ho o fa se no mugu ho wona fofo ya no so gu ho nkɔfo obia fro obia onim ni bia no uhu won number na ofro because omani mo ayede ampa ntino ya hwe nkɔfo bi wo ho a omo ka se o ana Ghana ye uti abrukire wo ka se Ghana ye because ye fro ko na wonfa ye fro wa wonfa na se onua bi ana wadafo bi ana wo pase bi ana obi a onim no na wafa ko na afro so mo ho akere me ye fa fro na wo send wo sika wo yi awo mu sika e de ama omo a anka wa wo ba dream you know say yes o mani mind you know me aba we de me pa na say omo nko de omo adi no eye ne enche omo ngumu na afoforo ba ono so bedi bia ade me omo nkofo we jo omo anuma ye me tan kra ne say oh and this for this guy and this na me feel so omo ba no omo ba ma game na ye de omo ba ama game na ye de sa o so obi discuss and fa ni iska o papa went no so chantro non tron de send de tin na ye de sa na ye de bomb omo no omo ntumi nya ade no ba ye be sell o ya ade a omo be sell sa omo be kan gumu na na bi nkurasefo no so asomu na yi aka obi discuss ba de na won ntumi nchi no o ba akokọ po no nchi abuga pele eyi na chain tumu Mahama ana chain tumu Mahama na de no court ana yi na ai mobile na okoda mu Victoria Harmony say omo nyina no ono mpo na no keke no de kan mo sika hwe ai kuma wo si ewia ni 50,000 or the aqua police say kan no sika ya wie fi na omo workers ne omo made no be wie omo da bia because omo yan kwase afo because wo wie sika na wo de akwase wo da mo fi say because sika wo kuma you wie 50,000 wo de akọ ai mami awi mami nso no sisiri adapa awi anu kuma awi ene chief of staff ene wa ye minister ono ye ko wie ni sika awo ni fie awo politank mu sankofo ni na no mo wahi ye kuomo de odwane ye adwane na mo num secret beba election time but ye to ene kofo we brasta ye the brasta di agro ade presidency na aye agrodi nti obi a obeso obenya sika obabi no no di agro no yeah ono GFA chairman no say ne papa na team no ne papa na team na ankoba boss aka ne sa na sa de no say am say na obi issue sa yi no say GFA no say egu no wo ye GFA member bia wo party bia no say yi wo fi mu say wo ye adwuma o GFA wo ye party me hu na obi resist point na ye me de pa one Arsenal for omo mpay for kan omo yi no ho DFA kwa omo so gi pedi ya me ade see you omo obi ani you can say team bia na acquire conference of interest what na obi who team DFA boss or team DFA management or team na dia na baba Sadia no ana say Ghana for hwe na Ghana for na omo ye togbe because you slow me dey me nkọ ma obi nkokuni okunu ye bekun akufu ado bekun ato atwene nti no maama na ne tam na mo ye demonstration mo pa mo ko ye akufu ado bekun awudi ne akufu ado obekun na aba we dey obekọ anya de obi baba bi aba we ade na kana je Japan catch almost said mona sisi kwan so amoko yeah 2024 obi anka prasa pa so munya amoko omo ya dwifo dodo brent ma obi mrabi
so Isaac Ishak na onso atene ka no onso bobo na adwen kama owa hene wo owa hene mo wa himfo o wa here from Ghana okay Why Oba Mama Sunte you Alex wo
Bombade.
Ma okasa no this is what bre what do he mileage be na we twa no pay.
Me am kasa wo for mo nti ma nje da na se me kasa kese a.
Oba ha man njiji mu ebia mnim se ebia 25 million no say ye mu 1 million ta ka 24 million say ebia no na ebia hawa. Now you say no is guy ebi say ebi a budget ye nyendi ye would you say sika no ye subtract that and then na chairman for na ye trust through
Bombade say omo no
chairman for ye trust through chairman for
me tia bojafo me tia abusiafo nyina me tia akwasi Yesu ene obosomfo in fact Rollins can be say eku be succeed na the atmosphere called for it. So atmosphere na ofa na ho no. And to me say individual no ya omo ho mo amunu kombenya ke se niema bi happen no muntimi nti ba akofo so mu ana bia di nachi. Sisi anu me hu se akwasi ni obosomfo omo anya different your friend say mindset ya sa ene na ese obi anya na obi a hwe ni ye say mabani ye bejai because ya ban Ghana ban nti muze de wa omo kasa no enche bia na astrotef na kwasi wo ha na ye ne twa so da bia wa astrotef ezi ozo ehu hia no cry one of the year trese nipa no nipa tibe sesa na adwene no ma ne ye nyansani nipa tibe sesa na adwene bia ye nyansani nti no bo mo aba so pa mo abomode nyete bia party obi ani ho obeka so ne party but party no na enye de enya ete se oba ye bone a se untimi nka se wonka nti no e bo mo aba so na mechia abadwafo so nyina 25 million no bomade say na meka say hwan kura na de ma omo in the first place hwan na ma omo kwan say omo nyi 25 million emfa nko tournament ya o win tournament ni nyina o nya 25 million minim sika omo nya de in fact me kan say wan ha man kan ye but o win tournament ni nyina
$7 million
say nti we no the friend is saying why na your finance and your friend say good economist na onwene bomade o ha tama Yesu si a asuafo na nkrofo na ekomde omo no obisa omo so omo yesen omo ohu omo dodo e na obubu pan no ma na eso omo so ahu enti uye oman a wote ho a oman no fa ye nsuo kura nye ba before ne light Ghana nye ba krubia na light woso. Apart from that, no competition na more koro. The more kobo ya ankasa no wini a. O de say Ghana sheni nyina ye de cap na ama no. $7 million. Emom o spend 25 million e de akwa budget to 25 million e de cost a competition no. The sense no wom at least e say nka budget say ye de 5 million ko na say ye wini kura na ye benya bonus 2 million. Eno na ye ade adwene wom but se ni papa nyansa da ne tim na otimi dwene se oh me de my budget say ye friends 25 million e dey ko but say we ni competition no a ye benya ye sika ye benya free mu nyina ye $7 million nti we no oma we no say nti na ama ye ho akire nti na mada bi ebisa say ye de na abrofo ho akire abrofo omo je bosia no omo je bosia omo de koye ade a de profit be bromo
ye budget inside na omo dwene usika omenye enye 7 million bi say ye de 25 million de eso say 7 nti ene de bia omo de da so enye 7 million nti no
na say ye no na me ka say na say na ye wo ye kromfo wa nkasa wo wia ho so wadi mi kromfo bi wo ho ye nyansani
ebe na mebu
Matias kromfo bi wo ha o ye nyansani o ko wia wa aside nti Nigeria for say no omo ta akobọ kro no wo ɔkɔ US otimi yɛ ayi no wɔ wie sika no de aba Nigeria ba invest na so yɛ Ghana ni na de Ghana hɔ de ne na wiade akɔgu UK wo sɛ wo Nigeria ne ani ate kyɛn enti ɛno na meka ho asɛm nti yɛ no me no me ya menwene Ghana sika sɛm ho kɛse sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo de ba sɛ yɛ we because haban na ɔte so no a ɔno no wabu na sumu dua sɛ mmara no a ɛyɛ adwuma no bia ni hɔ a ɔbɛyi so ɛno nti na ma ɔfa kwa amɛsɛ yɛnto constitution no ntwene no because constitution a yɛnyi so deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ a ebia ɛda hɔ a daate aban foforɔ ba ɛho bɛhia nti na ma mɛ so meka sɛ yɛnya no hɔ but sɛ aban wei de bɛyɛ adwuma deɛ ɔmfa nyɛ adwuma da bia ne hɔ ɔde bɛyɛ adwuma sɛ ɛbɛko atia NDC ni a ɔde bɛyɛ adwuma sɛ ɛbɛko atia other person bia affect ɔno aban no a ɔmfa nyɛ adwuma nti ɔno no deɛ sika no so ɔmo de kɔyɛ dɛ ɔmo de kɔyɛ dɛ ne ɔmo asɛm sɛ nipa yama ne sika ɔde akɔ tournament ɔbaayɛ no ɔkɔ no ɔka kyerɛ yɛ sɛ ɔkɔ a ɔmo ankɔ ama ɔmo mfa ɛnyɛ ba nkonta nkyerɛ yɛn ɔmo akɔdi awie ba no ɛno no ka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ ade no deɛ 25 million na de ma ɔmo na mo ayi su mu 1.6 pɛ ɛyɛ asɛm o nti na ano na papa ɛka asɛm bi sɛ how much is too much wohwɛ sɛ wonya nsuo nom nsuo ne kurom sɛ yɛyɛ project a yɛpɛ nsuo a yɛnya bi na wode 25 million ɛkɔ tournament na 25 million is too much saa ne teɛ sɛ wohwɛ sɛ wo no okurom akwan nyɛ wobaayɛ obiara yɛsu sɛ n'akwan yɛ asɛe ɔhene bi kura su na sɛn na wode 25 million ayɛ budget no sɛ wode kɔ tournament a ɛkyerɛ sɛ 25 million is too much na yɛ no yɛnhu kwan a yɛbɛfa so a ɛyɛ a yɛka sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ sɛ yɛnyɛ sɛ yɛnwu no yɛyɛ kasa ate ɔmo te hɔ no de ɔmo gu no ɔno n'adwuma na agu nti ɔnwu no ɔbɛkɔ so atena hɔ na wayɛ dɛn wɔdi sika no nti bɔmba deɛ sika no deɛ ɔmo mbɛnya kwan akɔ ho biara no di na ɔmo bɛdi nti na ɔman no tam bi atwa mu kɔ no revolution ne military coup no yɛ dodo wɔ hɔ no because ɛnyɛ saa kwan no so paa deɛ a ɛden sɛ wobɛtumi atu saa katasekyɛ ne porɔyɛ wei a ɛwɔ hɔ sɛsɛ yɛ no so wontumi because nipa no wabu n'adwene mu sɛ yɛama no kwan so ɔno no ɔnni deɛ ɔpɛ bia nti ɔdi di ne funyafunya na nka wodi na wodi bi so yɛ bi Cote d'Ivoire hɔ a mokɔbɔ bɔɔl no wohwɛ ɔmo stadium a ɛsisi hɔ a Ghana yɛbɛtumi asisi bi sese a mmerɛ yɛ a yɛwɔ mu yɛntumi because sika no yɛakyɛ ne sɛ bɔ fruit ɛna yɛdi nti ɔma deɛ yɛ no deɛ 25 million no deɛ me baabi a ɔmo yi firi yɛ nankasa koraa yɛ bosea nti ɔmo ba a ɔno rekɔto ɔmo de kɔtua ama ne wura no nti ɛno deɛ na nka yɛ the best sɛ wonya for sika baabi wosrɛ no bosea na wokɔ wanya nyusu a nyɛ no ansa wode ɔmo adeɛ kɔto hɔ na kakra na wosi wadi no wadi ɛno deɛ wie a fine but sɛ
yi deɛ aka no suppression no menim sɛ ebi ka sɛ ebi a yɛde ka with the way kakra ma ɔmo ansa bi akyire no would you say yɛntwɛn na auditor general report no mmra na anaasɛ ɛsɛ anka transparency and probity no accountability nka finance minister no ɔmo ma yɛhu deɛ sika no deɛ aka because once I yɛhu sɛ budget the 25 million budget deɛ estimation but the woman na dɔɔso
baabo ma deɛ sɛ ɛna meka sɛ ɔmo no ɔmo kɔ no ɔmo sika ɔmo de kɔ ɔmo anka nkyerɛ obi a ɔmo kɔ wie yɛ ansa na ɔmo kɔɔyɛ a ɔmo aferi a ɔmo ba fie no ɔka kyerɛ sɛ yɛ kɔɔyɛ sika simasi ne yusu nka ɛno yɛ budget ana sika ɔmo de kɔɔyɛ ɔmo adeɛ 25 million no ɛyɛ sika ne yɛ de ama ɔmo twa ama ɔmo anaasɛ ɛyɛ budget ana ɔmo a budget sɛ ɔmo bɛbɔ kasa bɛbagye ɔte mɛka bɔmba adeɛ ne so bɔmba adeɛ te mɛka
kɔso ne ɛte nka ɔno na ebi a ɔka ahyɛ mu
enti deɛ mɛkyerɛ ne sɛ saa sika no deɛ saa ɔmo budget no ɔmo a na ɛte ɔmo baabi na ɔmo kyɛke deɛ ɔmo bɛhia so omo akọ na se omo ntumi amfa nya adwuma no a ese nka sika de normal ba bia ofa na oba de aba behye ho unhia se ye na ye timamufo no ye be kwhyen ho because ya nkwhyen ho se because all the to Ghana fo nyina animu anka kasa ho o ka zo okọ ayi South Africa ama omo akoye campaign wo ho no nipa bebre kasa ye mo mu jaye enti se nka omo de budget no to yam po ansa na omo kwa nka bebre be kasa no so sika no de nya de a ebe ye emanka omo budget in a different form but modi sika funya saa esi money so no mo ko nyina no na sika na adwena na wo mutim mo so mo ne ho ahode a mo de koye ho adwuma enti no de sika no de enhia say ye cry ye be
Alex they're not person no sportsmen can say we have only spent 1,650,000 which is just 20,205,000 out of the 25 million budget for the Africa Cup of Nations 2024 in Cote d'Ivoire. Into on the ground,
not just that's all almost or the coy na or more dimana casa.
You know, 20 but because Ghana dear, your budget now, and yes, it is a kind of cobra, yes, suppression that.
Yeah.
Now,
Hotel Madrid.
The Bomade, Mamma, Famo,
you are less good, you with us, Passagiano. Oh, I know
Madrid Airport.
Hotel Madrid.
Oh, I know, and as a call, Nancy Castle. Oh, I know.
Yeah, Prince.
You, hey, I didn't yet to catch us up, Bamazo.
As you can see, on the Manu, I say, run about the doors.
And I'm just a cry, I mean, just a war, Yamusuku cry support team, no.
Timber.
Oh,
Timber.
A blasters of the capacity.
I know my idea.
I'm Cobo and commentary native and one shadow who's and go for share, Ghana, Yatadi and Jesus in the
Oh, my senior Musa.
And I say be a 15% VAT in our charging as a businessman, and then I be a wide go on.
Chrono, a crowded year. Prince, maybe a gun agency here. Mamma, Menamo Cassana, I say, when you come one into I am no car. I am who ye, it is true, be decided some can be because I am seven. Be Cassana as nutrition for us.
Look at some for Yabra, and you been in a rumba.
Yeah, the impasse Ghana yet.
One say, oh, man, you know, ye penny. When I make us say, more move penny ye, means be penny ye. Means be penny ye. Now, I was saying now, what no money ye, because once you got so be mouse, you always say, would ye, it will be mouse, I will say, oh, I'm not with you know. We pejano, Dubai pejano, ye, Mamusa boxer, John T, and I feel say, Wanda, Mamusa, what for plane free, US, Akko, Dubai, now or share Rolls Royce, or person to Rolls Royce to Dubai, or for America, now Dubai Rolls Royce to Kotoy because on why ye, and you couldn't ye. Now, you took on your Kotoy, near so comfortable, say, a honey ye. Na senke ye present ke ye ye na ke ye nso be ka be hwe no ye mpe amamwo fu tantan ko fu bu ye ka na amamfo e di akire e di atem die eni ensempie e twini pa se ase wo de wunu de wo ka etino aya na em se ase bi mpen koso aya na em se bi mpen puntuo aya em se ase mo abo kire ma so comfortable to say money me reno mo mazi to no ma na ayam sa se bi nim se aso o ma wie da bi me betra ho no na me buy no my wife me ka tell me say anka US come na ba US mismen ko mismen ma US ho no o so akwasi yan ko land mismen ko me ko ibadi ho no wasi yan ko Dubai mismen ko go Dubai me pre say ye ku we say my Ghana no e betima ye because say we tun no bi ho no ma on ti ase ene ye se wutu koya na efufu so ma o ba bi obi atie ababu no betwa ho saa woni mre na woni ahoto na woni home se ye de nka itima ye a nanka bibie kosuma ye manom ne ebusuafo ko we se mu anka ko we will be the best country even though ko we se kwa is atu ginjai kwa no an gire yie no e kwa no ahofo bekum a omu se bibi ko we se mu en ko yie kwa no ye complain no etino se ye nyina ye timi ehun se oman baby edu no timamufoi ye sika sem ye dwuma sem sika di tua ye nuanom yi obekɔ school nyina obekɔ school kwa obewie no wodi adwuma bi enye se de busuafo no pre abusua be pato timinka this
papa so January dey just school bisini bi enya agro this abusua no etimi bobo sika no ne de pia ba ko se kɔ ne koyi watu lasa ko ne koyi watu lasa ne pe bibi ne fabra ne be fo ne bi sufu akɔ on u kronse no djuma o kromo o be pra u kronse no djuma o kromo o be pra u tin ko ni tin petant ni afi tin to hwe ma ho edan kani edan enfimi no mi physical ko be so kro na fi wunya nya enfimi no sika na ti se ti no enti wo djuna ho u tin se na di kro na mumo be kro na o man bibifo yempe se be ya na matise mu ka bo ho se tise madwene ho adwena nukuri na nim se me ya madwene se bo no de kra de me hwe kra because when you say o me bosika bi amankofu be wie sika no amachise e manfaso bi e maye senka Ghana for senka nim de nim ne de o hawe de nim a broni etimu se afuwe ye twam ne kwafuwe ko etimu se company wo se this year a year when next year or try be next year my far better than the previous year but ye can the ku eni mo say afino ye tu anamo ku eni mo no kwa ye sa ku yeti ye ku yeti sa wudun wa wonti ase ti sa wudune enkura ya wo bo krum hanom eni amo kire wo hwe ko dwom na wo hwe enoma bibiri sedia ya ho fama ne ya kosuo eni the way sifa ye enoma wo ko won wa so pani bi ni ko so asiti se ekunu eda ho no an se eda ho no mo enu an se eda ho na ti se ahonte eya ahonte enti unim aya me yem hihye ne aya me yem hihye ne do ne se me no me de me na me de no me to say na bit ma to be close to what level at what age ubit ma to be close to what age wa would ne ko bani na wo de wonya kata keke kura no me to say na bit ma atra ko no sa e bit ba bi no ubus ko na fno wo ye die bi do be ba fno wo be pese wo ma me ntwoma ni samra efi etine se ye na ya mpre me ye ma hihye ntima mpre ama no ma ntima to ye ne ye ho se ye ko ni be atrenti ya ho to wo so a if you tell me what you say, be feed the same your son, and now so be fear better fear. And yet, the German cry be at it. So at the idea who only a few more than yet, said yes, you am in your who says if I take it. Becca, Anna M. say, a woman who says if I take it. And you know, pop, Mom was here, and I make last Becca. Ubas is here, no Nika or Krumo Hanmore. No what will be able to be Nika or the go around, sir. Massa will see Kaduna debate, Naduna transportation. Naduna transportation, the bear was as I grow. A honey, and Janiaji, Nayaji and Jenekatwa. They didn't pofu. Swat mention. A bear just so, but we never bounce on transportation. Quano. Not to say, we almost prefer a whole day. Near Bay almost like 300, 400 Ghana cities a whole day. From morning to evening, 400 Ghana cities. Just imagine, say, I don't know what converted into your dollars now, how much dollars it will be, but like every day, be 400. Project be about baby, so one could pay across the answer. I don't want to fear, Enko ye. Oh, and I never also. So school now, Aquana, Ocean school, Mom, Wamushe, and call school Ghana. You know, Scamutu every month to be any serious fatigue. What am I saying? And you know, what is happening here in India? Because I am sure.
me pana me kazara me vozo wa hine do tigana ayem hihie me ka tem say yem hihie eti yenim say sifati yenim say sifati pa enti say me ka wie na ase me anu nyina atena hoda na me bobo kokko say yen hwie hu ye ni yen kan yie na ban wati so no obedi odi ntro bedi akunya no obedi odi ntro bedi yen kan pe odi ntro na bedi akunya no odi ntro pofu e no de da Ghana fo e na Ghana fo e to be mam no odi wo bo Ghana fo po wo bo Ghana fo po ma ti say wodi what say aduma bia wo ye bia no say eno an say wo de wo nim say ti say de be tina wo bo mpa say wo be kona bibia yi ama wo to na Michel si bibia yi ama na say di bo edibu bra e we ne di bubra eje say bia mo mo bi say e bi wo plan say e bia 2-5 years no obe try so by establish your Ghana hanom obe say per the conditions na e come say 2-5 years ne be so no obe so obe ba no one fiasi capital be ba na we so be ba no capital na be ntimi ye hwe wo hwe eno per your age na wo na gusu hwe adwuma wo ye any bills wo twetu ho na wo bia wo fo say na afi no akọ kan system na gusu a wo gusu to no na wo hwe wo ni su ko na ekora edu je so ahodi wo all be ye adwuma bia wo so wo ye no ntimi ye so do me say no ntimi ye I don't know for this system here it's collapsed. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. And the prince, sanity.
Why this year Bansi 15% VAT and electricity no what you know say
Prince me say I'm konfumu ya konfu. I'm konfumu ya say bibia be catch about Ghana bia make say konfu ya konfu. We 15% to 1% to whatever they do, they're just trying to just dupe people. I'm for West and me so much go for free go for pipi or we just can so ye hu mama can show since October last year ya told you every day every week you told you I'm telling you
Ghana you know in be mawana
mama o say
Ghana Water Company in Sony be maho
Emma pipe near two mama chewade say ye to a sa tracks no sa omo tracks na you know omo di so gun na sa tracks water tanker no on full one at least every week bia no ye to 340 cities every week bia some before the week na omo use aboboya no eno so full one 60 cities e bia ye to ebigun said ya week no koso no na che say ya start to tank the said ye gum which is 340. These are minor expenses e be go in your accounts you are not
1,360 a month and 16,320 a year. Hey, no be get back
answer and now say what system no minor expenses be year account minor expenses be akwabe yare o the akwabe hospital o casa o use no akwane tutu na enye bang sa wo ho ase pin bosna ka no off this old towing car ni aba be picture towing car be far per the towing car be kono from big 250 to 400 Ghana cedis this is where we call baby a collocation 400 cedis ni age yenya ka no hodwo afide kwakoye ye kwakoye ka ye be so we na e bia sensor we na e off in bia say electrical fault we say na de na so no we ni be ba on say bia 3,000 2,000 and so no ko oh eti look at me say and one say any kura so wo bana so ba betrem wo ana so wo amanonia na je so wo plan ya wo be plan ba kwa this wo dem mo boy yem say dem mo boy yem bi aba betrem na no so wo mo boy yem ba betrem wa na we na wo ba obeti no atena ana so ba wo yesu adwuma nyina na so a wo ntimi eti no kura wo mu nyina na me kan say so wo iri eni do ho bi eni se me be ya wo ba wo ntimi enyuma ya rough total rough mo de so mo be di na wo twi bi na mo kona munya ebi aska akrato na bi ebi abototo na na ye no stress ro ko mo no ma e judge ko foto no se amafo bibim se wo bra ma be 2,000 5,000 3,000
because we pay bra we pay juma e mo no mo pay juma e omko juma emfa omko juma emfa
kan say no more system no more Ghana no ahonchire wo
Jose
Messi omo system no Ghana no omo hu ni say ahonchire e wo ho
obi ani se ke emfa kura obi biara I'm telling you obi biara obo hu so ba fo chele obo hu se bia bo hu video na fo chele bu ja ma fo onwe chele sire go se Ghana fo e pesire who is Ghana for says out of your real one ho chele no dey be say bibi emi ani je but inwardly no I'm telling you honestly say ke fire pa tadi pa to rough a man for you to waste a means be to survive. People are using waste and means to survive. And two partner who's a man for three, a man for BSC, they are all using waste and means to survive. The system is just they're struggling, to push their heads up so they can breathe. Like daily, you 7,000 crown. Doctors crowd, do say, 7,000, 8,000, do say, doctors, do say 8,000, 7,000. Do not say how much from the no go professional partner. It's more my cannot say 700, 800, 1,000, 900. But so many now, please.
I buy the minimum daily wage in the free 14 cities, 88 pesos. I call 18 cities, 15 pesos. And no crowd say, what the Koreans say, you do my 30 days, because you don't call you do my 30 days in 540 cities. That's the minimum. Maybe you quite more less than that. And I will give 550 crown. By having because you say a cry I want in the crown. Say Coco Cross or say Coco almost has 30 cities in here.
The telling say on the hey serious so I am soon Emma Omano that because baby just super much say you did just one. Yes, sir, a man no cool will much 8 years. Nagin Timmy for Quabia to pick up Kofu and Fumu Guyano to say, but you know what, a year, because I didn't hear my idea. Because they say, Mimi say, a yin Kamufu Cribswa, and can wait, go in this woman and I won't know. And can you say, ye be sure ye be sure more about a Google baby 50 being sat and the bugle prison that.
Open Sharia law in Ghana.
Oh, Prince, now you wound the papa couldn't when you cook back to we say. Mono Motima captain the penny, no good deal, more discipline said the assassin, a good in the assassin's account. See, Catholic cash your prince and all, what was that to do to so? A good in the assassin, what that the other from what could be a crown. What was that to so? Asa this so afnina kadeje etino ye kwani aba do critical ye train na mahama ye be train ma do cross ke be but sango for mutiso if we don't act no mo kwa they are creating room for Mahama government to operate because ye timi never ko em guys be operate be attack ba ko ye timi ka say wo mo de ye no mo hwe na Mahama mra number 40 ne attack wo no me say de me timi nka edu time na ne yentime ani woni bibia na Mahama mo ba no so mesi apa I mean how do who can say who be can say let's be honest with ourselves you be can say
yeah person my na
unia mame me yaba na me nko na me nkodi nkwa bi na
yo yet ase
yeah that's it
kasa se me chiano pi akracha no
akracha no beti pa bomb pop akra de pop
and then what did you worry
na come in can say
Say keke kamu so say ofa hanga katwe we nyina ama yafo yaka kete jehwe ko enim se de owa hene na wote ne kai for Ghana no ono de otim di ne oka de ne hu no di hu adanse ti owa hene da wase nana sika be ma wo ha ba ma so
Prince adwenkase
yetu nka na ni age age of Aquarius Inti ene nkofo bisa se na wo he im se adwuma no doso na bibia woko Nana wo. Nana. Oh. Nana wo gina bi wotime nka. Okay. Nana. Okay, you know what? Up. Yeah, source goes be a cassa. Joseph Abbey.
Hello.
Nana Waba.
I'm about Prince.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bombardier. Anyway, let
You
me
want
not go. Let us not go.
what the end near boy come?
Yo, Prince, Mami Checho Bibia, or one, remember Boabas Wakasa. Prince, me shall seem free Ghana Blaster. Me ya code Katan and Pessemetonium. Prince, I know about why.
I remember
Black Star Jonia may be thou. Only a model. Only a model. Jonia may be thou. Prince, Boamia.
And how the charismatic you know how
The not yeah.
because I am mean to be how the minimum to. No, what the and I say a young one and I want to sign you.
Prince, me twice ya some so say. Yeah. Baby a dream and 21st century baby a gas dream. Prince, Yankopon mobile. Nyame, mobile. Okoboba. You need also prepare ye. Uye training ye. Uye good coach, good prayers, good information, good strategy. Well prepared. In the mindset, again, physically, you have to be fit to be on the field of play. It got nothing to do with blaster doing yami do only a yambo do only a yambo do doing yami be da. The church and cry and go tiaga. What I say? Israel from Bukrana Bible says, when I Jesus Christ to your own Bukrana. Prince, last time one of the European countries could say 5-0. 5 good nil. And when it comes to a game of football, any other game, God doesn't intervene. Ghana for you just and your mano. You join a new airtime. Boss, your cobalt, it's all about wrong programming. We've been programmed wrong. The programming is very, very poor, very bad. And it has messed up. And then I did up tonight, dear baby, a baby dream. Near Cobo Bunny, a command, I'm ho. Your Cobo Boy is here, call your quack bomb pie, your Cobo Boy is here, command, I'm a cojedu, your Kosofu, who both the net 21st century be yesterday near the Precons, you petty park, so near she says, now I born me to the Unquasasam no. I didn't pass some granny. Maybe a yesterday. Kotokone has boba near the Precons you. Petit park so na ye tuko nkosuya bro park you don't crown tiasia. What sort of society is this? It is society. Just everything about art is superstition. And the prince, you find yourself at the end of the day, we in the program in this way. Nasa nyoman kosuye wa brabomwa. How can you take the blame? You can't. Because you think that there's a force somewhere fighting against you. But problem no, esuboko to John. Would John Funs say, this is my fault. Where am I from? No, next time I will say me Jenny say, or say me Jenny say, or say me Kenya me home, or say me Kentene me home. But your programming has said negativity be about you, piano, devil, and now some forces been a fight against you. We never accept our responsibilities as a race, as a people, as a nation, as black people. Always something is fighting against us. See, that's why I have problem when it comes to religion, both Christianity and Islam, because these religions have brainwashed us. It starts taking our right from us. It doesn't allow us to think for ourselves, to think deep, to solve young problems, issues are confronting us. Look at this, just logic and common sense. You see a call African Cup, AFCON. The patronage is scared, that's what you're saying. 7.9
25 million into 25 in Ukraine, almost by 12, about 300 million cities pepe. And almost spending more 1.650 million cities. $1 million. What the bagana scheme on one casa about 20 something million. It's kind of for 3 days match on Kobo and minim hotel near the Kaka. Okay, dear. Now just say another guy budget, and I would just say, be budget and just guess me in India. When you say abuse, say the other educative romance.
Into my pie, see in this canit times Capudu say, echo to can go just like that. As a bar into we yes and papa. And see, why are we doing this to ourselves? Oh, the magnitude of corruption, I want, man, it's too much. Corruption will be our prince. America and UK, corruption will be our. But Jack, you be a free band, corruption, idiot. Just say, I move IG, just say, yeah, man, a broso. Yeah, man, a broso. And I mess with March na blaster kobo e na omo lusu no. Friends, me hwe TV ni nyina no. Omo share match na se omo bono bokwa no. From the word go, Ghana she two ni nyina no. Na I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because the commitment na me hwe say boys and do be duro no abobọ no chesama. But the opponents now how committed they were. How determined. Oma Wiata also said they will die for their country. Oma Wiata also said no. Once they can put Ghana on the better to Ghana. Lo and behold, it came to pass. Oh, and a blaster and a lose a game. Either you lose, draw, or you win. Until you move out. Me and your players, you trouble or they all lose as a team. Na me de me yakakra say January sa mu free Ghana ekwa Ivory Coast no more attack players any coach throwing insult coach no so ni players I think say Jack what dey antwa yi on Kenya supporters impo na January sa on some troni ayateto na kodi the coach ni players atem wo mani ma antwa yi. Ghana General Association here for the woman first on some trough one now yes annual man no munchu monim e be ye come mom match or coach in players natural because en try Prince Mattis I will say yes the 15% be at the actual so
50% back on electricity for residential consumers and electricity to be no in person 15% back on say 200 the 15 cities e back home then say you in man no
yeah me bow it is so 200 you bet 15% and I say yeah the 15% back home are free
back no what you no yeah we try be 100 no say 115 obitria say a tax that's all.
Tax.
And no, with mine say, with me 300 cities now, but only 100 cities value of power, no tea.
That's right.
75 and I say 85.
85.
You know, let's say, Basilano income so static, a be make home, and then or wine in your brain, or you know, be engine so a catria engine. And that's why your budget say, Henry Biana Metona, as you know. 100 worth of power no or be 85 cities was advance betting 15 a premium. This was the extra account. Of course, a ultra interest. Interesting, you know. And no, na organized labor, trade unions or more gun, and so yentria na yentria china or mama abai 1 week ultimatum say. So one tia say any fraud there and the omunina air court demonstration. Akoye, you know, say and then made the betonum. Say almost more demonstration, yeah, dear. Or more better. And then you know, Naneska detail say a can IMF won't say and make one more gray year or be Bobo Brown amount. Digna IMF or more, you know. I almost say here revenue, no revenue. And way one of the ways are because it's a business into say yes, 3 billion and you free on your grant a loan into IMF doing any sicker cause and Kofosika Yaki Kaboom, especially America for the end of Dawson. And see, we are normal or more shares 1 year intimate in the yen you win because your revenue and coinimu. And he says in Usha, IMF for the Omo policy and our representative, Ako Minister of Finance or Monitor Norma, and we can't. A normal account so a year as some more kind almost say a part of it, you know, a part of the 3 billion extended loan agreement, and I'll say it means a substantial front loader fiscal adjustment has started with the 2023-24 budget, including enhanced revenue and streamlined expenditure as part of a year 3 billion extended loan facility arrangement. Inti we one of the ways IMF one area say you bit me sika na ye enso e betwa moka e menu do so a enti na omde ayesa and na organized labor force say our message to government is very simple. We cannot pay VAT on electricity. We will not pay today, we will not pay tomorrow. TUC Secretary General Dr. Yaoba stressed organized labor has given the government a 1 week ultimatum to withdraw the VAT on electricity for residential customers. The labor unions have said the implementation of the VAT on residential customers would worsen the plight of already burdened power consumers since the cost of electricity would go up by 15%. Until we are some a year organized trading Omokano, a year Tuesday, January 23rd, and now Omokoshim so a year dear Ombichan and merchant into a buy Omaman 1 week. So 1 year for the end Omoko demonstration into your organized labor nya omunina close sack one teachers union will be bia or can a bia or union bia no omunina na kabuma omoko yes at the end into na kakra e wo nti IMF and so ibusianom say bibia nye free nti
Prince na me bisa say na nya ban we na be ka kire say obetene Ghana from or be cut down taxation
from production to from taxation to production
to production that's I know you could see saying
oh and that's me busa Timothy Baumia so on one I can say on one the okay can send PNT wo bomman is so me
and secondly and taxes are ye jifiti mamufo ho no and the besi a ye je no enti me person visa say enti aban ne betimi de nsesi ne kokọ aka kire Ghana for say eto amagege firi mu ho na besi amabọ no mesi ayale sabia ba ku mienu miensa mesi we maye ana me na me hu ana say
aban declare also see 110 a year as a clinic hospital clinics in I don't know.
Mpacho nti no esi o sim be saying
me name the I say me kwhwe ba am so mo bon number be ti said the one this one factor am bon figures be enye ni nyina de ma kwhwe na onyam bo kira ma kan de ebia
na ye hu be bi o mo so mo sisi hospitals ni universities suapon school dan ani akwanya o mani hu say
university o munyensi ba o ma rename me bi say they were University of a year, development studies there, JJC Canada, $50,000. No, I'm not there to a year, Dombo, Salmon, Dombo, on the first official a year, you can say opposition party, Tama Kwame Kuma time. No, on Naja, on the Marquima Buzia, the leader of United Party, UP. No, say on the party, on the Northern People's Party, on the leader.
Some to us here, now party say. University now they will stream no UDS as now okay
UDS University of Development State
this year I say no
your friend is Simon Dombo what did be as so so no
na aban we suapon no osibie nye ya na
don't know. Say we can say we don't eat infrastructure and I don't know. Say be infrastructure in Kamoy, but be a toilet the oil mo there. Toilet there.
Simple ni party huni.
You quite be winter because someone infrastructure. My ye say railways in so much fix it be I'm saying nutrients great free Poland air bantino. But say any focus is car on my geno, what is shed the Omaya na arrangement in the Bemuno. Say one can be to me which they only $150. Okay, COVID Merno.
Yeah, size carrying that for him.
Multiply by about 5 million passengers. And Sana,
yeah, JBB.
Yeah, the suture or one in the dance, the suture COVID fee 1%. I did be able to be a chingan crana 1% or so. Nana, a fantastic president, or say COVID no, it is over. On one of the kind of TV, you know, say World Health Organization declares say COVID is over. On also be declare COVID over. But was say sa COVID fin in the only flu. I didn't know who be more. What's this like in here? And the next Obon because extortion. So poor now boy 1%. I didn't know. I question what to Kumasi as Sika because of Apple Zuni Kumasi. In the wow here, Nana. And some of the doors into the first name na. You have a cancer so na you another program. Na 3 years.
I'm sure me cat be manual and send me be pay from Raban. Any happen. Enti o de ma me fa fridge betray. Me chi obia. That's it.
What in show and you say the kakra so obia kasa your program in the next 47 minutes. Yet turning to God's word you media no nti me sha say for Abbey o final words na I offer body shall say my na one corner Abbey okay Abbey offer body na ye ko obi aba kakra bi maximum 3 minutes Joseph
yeah, you want to say something before?
No, I said that I'll just responding to the name.
It's nice.
Tomorrow you'll be talking, so no long thing, just short.
Yeah, it's nice listening to Owahin tell us what is happening on the ground. And what is happening on the ground is not a joke. Owahin, some of us, we are not there. I came to Ghana about one year, about 16 months or so now I came to Ghana. And what I'm hearing, the situation I saw then is about 3 times what I experienced there. So if at the time it was very, very bad. So now if it's about 3 times bad or difficult, I pity you. It's not easy. Bombardier, when you were talking about the football thing, you know, the recurring theme, the recurring issue in all our social, economic, and political life is governance. That is a recurring theme. Every aspect of our lives are not well governed. Hey, before I'm ready, I read something from Ghana Web. Asantini says they should leave Wontumi alone because Wontumi is his grandson. So he has stopped. He has stopped the process.
It's a jollof. But I told you everything about. I know.
Yeah, so if me too, I go and stand somewhere and I insult him, but I should insult him. Or me is different.
Oh yeah. If you are his grandson.
No, but you see, this is
that's everything. So I told you that.
No, this is the thing. When it comes to the time to addressing the issue, he just says your grandson. But me, if I go and talk, I'm not somebody's child or somebody's son. This is the leadership failures we are talking about. Bombardier, look at what they are doing with Trump. Do you see? Look at the level he has operated and look at the way they are handling him. They didn't say because he was ex-president so he could do what he want to. But this one to me has insulted you anyhow like this. He said his government say he has stopped every process. Bombardier, the government.
I told you that. As Abena was saying, if one person can go to most of the forest reserves in Ghana digging for gold. Where do you think the gold goes? Because my own nephew says that if a pin drops a KGT, he knows what's going on. So it doesn't mean that. And
So
yes,
why is he not active? Why is he not active?
That's why I told you yesterday that the Kumasi Transition Council, that's not their priority. They should have invited Asante. I told you point blank, Asante Hinewun to me, and the Kumasi Mayor and the Ashanti Regional Minister to answer first on Galamsey. That's the most important thing, not this. Water is the most important thing, not somebody. And I told you that as an Asante, you have the right to say whatever you want to say to Otumfuo, for he knows. That's why we have the giant one. You can't do anything. And Asante has that right because the thing is a confederacy. He said that if he disagrees, there was a conditional clause. So he didn't say that he would just say anything to the Otumfuo. He said if he disagrees with Otumfuo, he will speak his mind and he has a kingdom. But what kind of kingdom? The constitution allows him to say anything according to Article 21. What kind of kingdom? That's what Obusufu was saying, that what kind, maybe a kingdom in his own household, a kingdom of Galamsey or something else. You left all this. This is what is important at Ashanti region, not the Galamsey, which is destroying. And why is Owahini buying water? Why is Owahini buying water? 1,350 every month. Yeah, these are some of the things. So
Bombardier.
I knew that you come and make and relieve or to me. You see, there's a key problem there, but I can't say it there. They are fighting over one thing. Yes, so they know what they're doing. So don't worry. Let's go.
Yeah, but Bombardier, you see, this is the governance thing we are talking about. Do you understand? Governance is not the position you occupy, but the output or the outcome of the position you occupy. And that is not what we are enjoying. That is why we keep saying there's a leadership problem. Bombardier, UK here, America, Germany, and so on. Whatever you do, France, whatever you do, it doesn't matter which position you occupy, they will deal with you. You see, last time I came here to say, if Ghana is being well managed, or if our governance system is well managed or is working, this Baumier's wife's accident, we need to hold her to account. Have you heard anything again? It's dead. Because the governance is not working. And the governance is not working because we don't have leaders who will make sure that these things are working. All the so-called president or leaders or chiefs, they are just there for the position. They don't know what the position entails. So, Bombardier, we all know. You are in America, we are everybody here. We all know the score. So if you are going to do this thing, you calculate the score whether you are happy to bear the consequence. But
tomorrow you have a good time.
A whole parliament, they will go there, they say, go and see no more. Go and see no more. As if we are joking, then they leave you.
But they are also sinners. the parliament, they are also lawbreakers. So, you see,
they finish the case, they say, go and see no more. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, Abby, let's end it here. Let me
is about?
Albert, your father wait.
Bombardier.
SMP.
Me twas over the ABC and when Emma a union mobile almost by no you debonia comochi. Most of what I can't answer. I can't say Ghana no sometimes over now constitution now and as I'm sorry. So constitution now or honey de kojo bonsuya and I don't know pet a young penny didn't call you know. You see, you tuna free crowd one fish into one say a drew honor. The same Miranda Wolfina, Nanascamo, a support to Samrano, Yana Namodiano, a drew baby no, Adani. So even though I send the organa web in Indian or Crocrana, a quite a fast treaty we know. We hear the same thing, the fast treaty a Kodobus here. May your or my name.
No, Oman can say grandson. Sentin Amaka James, the Mobana Samoka chieftains and once say, or Mudia Yanko Yanams mostly, and yet we move. So, Obri about Modian committee, I say, no one feed Ben 1990 ban, or Munadi. Abogoli, as the new Yaguni.
Yenano, Nipa, Intibone Bata. Ye ho adwene a ewo yetim no ama ye kwan efa so bu ye ma na di but se wo oh share a same way so me no kwan ba bi so me no mo ya atwen I didn't think I'm no more adwen omo I smart because the way I can't say we have it go some more back I am say the way I fast so ye ya man yourself no so one hwe ya we your hene kura na one ye careful with this regime and regime bi wo ha on ba bra wase on ba tu amamo na gu me kana man fo ntemase say asem we aba no ya hwe ni yi nana otumfo anhwe ni ye na wan yusu ni nyansa musa ne ka se ayi tase na obanyansa fo mu na ahwe na mamu na hinye no anase ebetima atofom konkrofo we no supporters na mo support o mo no ewo adubu o mo akoma mo se o mo yusu o mo adwene maka na bed ya o ha bebre o mo ba na o mo expect a kakra bi na yusu o mo adwene de support o mo maka de o mo akoma enti o betimi akiya pini amamufo no atia ho na ahini nso yedi no man nipa so enti se omoda na onkrofo na akoma atia ho se de enti oye we no kro wo sa group we ya instead of say nipa no obetra say adwen ho se no masante akonwa no na se masante man me protect ne se ne empo ye ne abronfo ne domafo de ye sorry gina ye na epa sa omo heko we mu a ebu very dangerous at the first no ye nuanum kramofobia no o se o twen buko harama no e sa ankofo epa efa atweni bi enti no ho ne de ba bi no ehun ni se no kra o yusu na adwen but se oye smart nso kakra ho da ho bebre nso a next time we say ba akono so na ono so se ne bi kan no onya kwan na ono ba be ebe chiabo nti me de omo ye mpanyifo omo edoso omo ye yinti omo yuso omo adwe no omo handle case we ye pa so man hwe ni yes a case we de Asante Kingdom no any be twifo
man kind de go fasina ka otumfo nana kodwo say there's Asante His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osei-Tutu II has directed the Kumasi Traditional Council to discontinue the ceremony and hearing on the alleged disrespect from the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nchibosa, who probably knows one to me, on the occupant of the Golden Stool. The Asante His speaker at the Menchia Palace today indicated that Chairman Wontumi is his grandson and therefore would not subject him, the Asante Hen or the Sikeja, to any form of disrespect as alleged. Nti asemono parshi no ano no
but we don't anyway unless because na nantimin kasa any na chese nensem no kwa de
and then we share work asebi and we say na nantimin kasa na wunyindi
pa no me hwe na mo de bag na web no so mo nya free wuntumi online portal bi ko no mo nya free report we buy a crache but me pese me hu na me tifiri na no
o pese o tifiri hwan ya no o na o be ko mehia kotefi o hina no
manhia ensem ne ba
you think Wontumi who is begging can go and write this thing again to complicate his thing?
No, no de ebetimi kura free the other camp no abeka bibiatum politics na omo ye ne sata me no very dangerous.
Okay, what of about the news na me or China ye behwe say na me be ma ka jo say asem no say de me ne obunzofo ka no enye we you nya asem say obi afro obi say we Kumasi wan Ashanti enye any case etiamra maka say etiamra so obi did obi fa no so on kingdom on me say do wo to me e ya ban say o ka police ni soldier asem no on dey say kobusa apart from the traditional council being obi obuso obi o dey emphasis ya na me ko
ba bi amento say o man na ono enkrafo ka say disho otumfo ma me wuye no o hihye mra o kuma so etum
na asambe na me kan pass asem no me say aban na apampa o ma jeje o so eni na abasa no so jeje obi so a onim say ade ne sa na yeye no so hu sa na yeye no but ye nto na me ko obi so for so over the time
but you chrome na okay what do you know
yo okay yeah paka on kasa obese okay be 1 or 2 minutes bi ana yenko enim ye be share bibi
Bombardier.
Bombardier.
yenko enim
Bombardier.
I think say enya ban na pampa wo. Say ansa no more true constitution. On say before on bo consider o niema bebre o. On consider niema bebre because we are here be a district, you better regional. They sit down, then they talk. And you know, if the constitution recognize your friend says traditional council near the idea. I think say do baby so more some power kakra. And I think say
power ban na constitution da mo and ye kano power bay. What me say recognize
omo ansana a neighbor. And you know, omo ansana democracy neighbor. And you know, they will build the democracy or they will do it around them. And you know, they know that otomo ye be share omo power na be je from some debi. Omo nyanisa, but though somehow no some powers have been that and at least the recognition no the oho. And you hear we know I say so can say be a son or can say be a okobo ni tin say otumfo kra kasa say minti no and no there na wakoye insubordination. And you know, but me who is there?
Or still so need disagree. Na me bisa say we are santini. Na why na bit maka ahinia say we be a British subject. Was it the big principle Charles na dimi zunti bibi because of mitminka. Me who ahinia subject intiminka or hina wasem.
There be. So asemna
bibi. Me point
I don't know me tie at the end of the but asemna omo kaso wakano. So kasa na wo ka say say odu for kra kasa kra media meminti
and yes no kan or say yes no kan or say so only disagree obeche na adwen use the word only disagree one can say
in other words ma for to bet ma ka say wobu ohina nimtia
say because
it's different from say the way o kan no now so omo kro omo bo ne din a omo say dia ye bo din aka asem na but the whole thing the whole thing is that there is a lot of politics inside, and also this kind of person or him our friend on near the other no na nema abafom so and you know pese odunfo ni o pese oye ya no ye bibia na I say we need the favor of Otumfo
and bantama hine no
yes. And a lot of politics inside. Intina akoye ye bakanka ebia.
So when the money or
boss say makasi, and that is what I stand by it dear friend.
Sana beba we are him no do combo politics police be go no mase sana insanity. Intina so mo eju mo ade na o mo tombe. You bibi ye da wase yenko paka de na o kan na menko yi so can say Akwesi Yesu.
Yeah, bomba. Na you untumi asema well yeah kind idea ye. Uti ho. Ya dane of akwan bese ye. Ya dane Asante region nsuo nyina nkatekwan. Eno no enya mayi.
Ehia omomu. Yes, say so you need to back what ma ko kwaye ma ko nyina no de ye mfro obi amen. We yasem.
Kumasi a friend garden city first, never friend garden city. There's nothing that shows that Kumasi a garden city. And so to na yirina would have can and no concern. And I'm gonna anyway because that you know when you're to one night ya can suddenly be masa yes be him. Oh hina my young who say here na woodin wa you know bantima dom minya ukona ya hipi e wurasi ho na kwabra te ho pa didi ton body ni mankani ni ton ko bi ni aye za we nya san wo mutima na so mu de yi ni adane no eno ni ade ahia kese na you go katra na you say oh I don't support Untumi in whatever that he's doing date illegalities or the MPP party did so no we say oh say we bomba de kasa na bomba de o kan me kire madwen a no nya na I have friend of Crosu, Nidian, oh, Massa, what am say Ashanti region hono we took galamsey wo nyina
akonta mining while
we took galamsey say wo asase na wase no na wo hene Sina ko dom na so kotobo de kontomre ebema wo liver na say wawu atwatwe na no de wunyia ah masa enmu mai wase yap na me de sa niema hunu e political say na wo kana e political yi na say wa say asenso any yi honorable
other fashion ko bo otunfo na mane say you want to me support the other side no or no support as a Ken side no and we want to no okobo onya mane ne say want me because of somebody opposite candidate in the say or no dia onya ohine ne munyam na say ba kono dia ka say mentu ma no enne ne e koso wo bantuma no oh
yes I want to ohina wo to kwabran ba yi godo agu ayi table so e no nya concern ayi godo agu table so e so
kesi Subin River or race course one or cotton as my AC stores now or two for yana or friend now or money book today
bombardier I mean kind of crank travel
I'm going to the pope and I make an was
minu me no tie se no so pass asia to kumase to say KNUST hotel me say me yonko Aaron he bought a land our KNUST ayi one for $250,000 nano ya na se nani anya dia nsam wo bia ono so the quality more dia akomo first Canada on the name of Untunyato what in sachet what din crofo to ore tra na ore tra ho nema e koso no se obi akokata nema e koso underground no ebi ni ohino kokasa metre ma
me reason na me no me say otu
so ko pa bi ato na wo to e ka say nti o mere obi travel dia me ka bet say wo to na culture center ya just ya done in restaurant pabna they are done in restaurant ye hotel e wo ho na no nya concern dia ani tra ho no mai bo so ngwa bi America no
me hu ni
center asase e wo ho no nyina no
kuma zoo e mo ni nyina afomfon say you know
enya zoo kra sam kra na pabna nya je say o the ye restaurant e wo ho no when ye nya ba bi anya restaurant say culture center ho na ya asase a ye betimi ya ye de amakwa ni nso kra da kire ho ya ba transfer years we amanfo koko didi because we be offer say oh mo de hey we in fact we are santini pa there some 50 more ni bru oni ma bi mu me de make
akwesi maka emra na nkofo ohini bi ye
pa ye kasa wo koko mase a ne wani age garden city udru swame run about pa na wo to na we ohini na say wo so ye bantman hwan hine wa no dendende we ahimfie na nantwie airport runabout na nantwie age ho afa kanko ka ma nantwie nigu na eno no we on na say nhawo na obi akaka tell say o de mu ko tu for metre madwen na wo be fe na himfia ba be ndai sa no de NDC ni ayiwe ye kan say ayi NDC ni asmo kan nya asem bia na nko mu person mu de ba o say oh mu ye asante for ye pa de ye so ye to abapa nti ye to abapa no ye ma yempri ye die mra ekrom na say ye tumo wa akoka asem vi kani akofre na hifie na ye tutuntuma na afa ne begu ayi ye kan say ayi ensan a snap afa ne betutu snap wa gu form abe ye nsem hunu ne what kind of
da ye be ko
come on say to me one say up krono da honom na asante ye ka kumasi nyokro kitwa unyi kumasi nya bibi kra na bibi a enka ne kumasi kra no ka nya niema aban niema e wo ha kumasi nyokro kitwa
enye second city of Ghana
yinti katase shepro ye ya himfu a ye free sen komu de nkomu na no mbefufu to am di na nkaja enema yeyi ya eto no mudi kosi wa no ma ka to mo sa ko ti
Ashanti region ye wo MPC region bia so ye ni hwe kokoti
Bombay eto na ye se kofufu ama akwane new enwom na wo no eto no ye kofufu ama na nanom no ye kofufu si wa na kwabrani akofa to ni ko etin na wo
ko se feda se va be pesi ada e chira ye ba reflective Thursday Isaac o final word
so what person me fire and the phone no after
Debbie but ya pon o say
I'm fire and for na me dey and for
oh Debbie only don't card 2 minutes your program o bet ma fire
na me nzuma kotoko Mr. Asantini, my brother. Say, ne many be one. Me, Anna, a question can. Me say, what to or Mamunas also won't pay development. Now the old party and obey your development. Now we are Quasia, meant to say, oh, me, and I can't say, won't me a more friend going now, Mattia. Almost some more cow may see na we sorry I know a man also no can we sorry MPP for the Mubu idea who said politics because say one Omukasa as at the 480 internal Omo say MPP ni lusu guns or a Asante region to utmi asama abe and the young can be nantas and the 4 assume because omono yeka yedada omo befa and the yedada omo de bia yedada omo de bia na anka oma na yana mo hoya mesre se o ka Asante region omo adwin na se kuma se ada towns ne de uduru bopo anyi manda fo pa fi konongo dumase kwambo ate on person bet take even Asantini impodi or Asantini because I seen go for no munya papa because oko ni komwa aye konongo a ahon na you feel development be any ho nanka Asante region the second capital of Asante region and konongo dumase bia mo ya Asante fo mpo bebre na ni say konongo dumase na ye kese uyi kumase fi ho a that's development me any ho na want me asama aba so want me asam we no me de asama Ghana wo bi si Ghana web na aka no me ngindi because say otumfo anko be ombe issue letterhead otumfo menhia wo so na Ghana e de abeto so otumfo asama okan ye ni na me say and na me ka me say me monitor ahefo akwa we asema ba mo ye yi me de me say me cancer because almost one man 1 week ono na meetie because so mo to me e pam odike say odike nye nipa ondo nya Asantini akwara odike nya Asantini akwara kojobonsu niema na kojobosu aye paka kojobosu ye no na mo sorry e hwa na mo kwadrase na makọ twitwa pictures wo ho because mo pad power sentiment but o can na omo fi se bia Asante region there our Ivory Coast and our Liberia into no o be kan wonya Asante region person be kan my target is omo yes no so me azek me be kan Asante asem na wonya Asante ni na akokan asem a Ghana so far as our Ghana no say me maka kire mo mo ya tu no kwa mutu no endu babia na ye beti ho me say do ye be ma no o mie na no nka so ye beti ho se na Akufo-Addo eche water for gu mu so mo te o mo ho no wa che o mo agu mu wa sentence o mo obi ko wu jere no mo wo so ye be ma wo ya Asante no say ye de ye beti ho aka zani pano so say omo ko du mansia ho omo keka asem bi e de du omo anum e de won kun omo subjects no because yeah
let me call Obosomfoso
what say
I and my na me call Obosomfoso
yeah my man na de aba no ye de bia me say Asante region etumpon a ayemede yes see airport si ho campaign to yentumi mi airport no bibia ye no Asante region bia ye jai sesia no wo Akufo-Addo wo ba abekọ afi na obeye swami interchange what the 7 years wo be jai no ho because say nkofo na adwumu ye harenti no agwasi medem aseme si no agwasi na ho ka no Friday no na yemse agwasi ye de ebekọ Ghana ye bekọ akọtena Ghana men tra ha nkọ pension men fa men kọto na esi ho nsuo no sɛ kora yɛbɛtɔ nsuo amaka ha yɛtɔ nsuo kora ne ano we yɛ dan yɛbɛkɔ na mo yɛbɛkɔ no na monsanfo we MPP fo no ne yɛka mo nyinaa kogu forest mu ansa na yɛbɛkɔ yɛbɛkye mo nyinaa gu mu ne wo de mo tra hɔ prince mo bi mra bi
ayo Oboso father word.
Yeah, Bombardier. Ohun sɛ ndura mɛka sɛ ahemfo na ɔmo frɛ wontumi ɛde fa MPP general secretary so no ɛntɔ asom because minimum ne nkunti a ɔmo de kɔ akɔfa na amanyɔkuo so but and then mehu sɛ John Mahama kɔyɛ 24-hour walk ɛwɔ Kumase enti mehu sɛ okay jama bɛyɛ sɛ Mahama tɛkyire ɔhyɛ aseɛ na ɔbɔ ahemfo no kutupa sɛ ɔmo nyɛ saa deɛ ne mfa mprɛprɛ kwa ma no sɛ ne bɛma MPP ayɛ unpopular cause utie ɔkyena menya na nka Papa Smile abɔ saa nhwie mu no for is about 1 hour and 50 minutes na hwɛ politics a yɛyɛ wɔ hɔ utie ɔmo nyinaa ɔmo kasa mu a
must traje cancel and I'm afraid you want to me ana
na America no yeah sana America
okay
yeah I said also in the okoye 24-hour walk Kumase kejetia ejako exam
nyamo asa de phone na mo se Mahama didi mu atamo mpa nanim ahwe no se sia de
Isaac o kasa no se bi enye se nsema o kanyina na nyansa sem na o ka Isaac nsema na o ka yama wa kwenya se kasa
na nyansa sem bi animu Mahama
Isaac
wo de mamenka masem na America no se mamenka masem why fa obuo ni die metiefuo aha enye se me ni oba mi na me ne wo kasa mi ma wo kwankrampo ma wo kasa nka memia wa no ba dwumedi a ye wo so ba ma so no se ye e wo se ye die obuo ni die ma etiefuo nti na wo kasa na ye di yo enti I said nia John Mahama na washa onkutupa no mo ye cause utie nsema ahemfo ne kana ubeti hu se we sorry na okasa nimba bi amanyoku a ofri mu we kasa obon se we MPP we kasa obon se NDC mu de opa Papa Smile nya ya adoye ne ochena ombo omfa nhye dwumadi ne se ne yentie wo eni nti na me hwe se be se NDC John Mahama tai kiredi na yenye MPP unpopular enye sanka untumi bantama hene wo ho se bantama na otia na mama ya kwakọ frɛ na ba ade na mokɔ frɛ party general secretary anyway yenhwɛ ɔmo hwɛ ye ndra yitumofo so ɔmo make sure so ahemfo nsɛm anasa ahensɛm na ɔmo yɛ no mo mfa partisan politics emfra because party Ghana o yɛ politics a obi abehu ɛna make no ni ɔmo yɛ na anu ubɔ na utie pa hwɛ sɛ ɛyɛ pure politics ɛna ɔmo yɛ a entokwa mu enti minim sɛ bia ne nti na ɔmo hwɛ da yɛ no otuchisenya yemfa mfori otumfo because njindi sankutufo wo ha enim pa anka sansem ni bia omo kan gina ya omo AC no anka bi mba but quickly Bombardier bibi koso wo Ghana summary within this MPP administration at the Jubilee House ehame ehadwen pa especially within the Jubilee House ohwe MPP primaries ya ye koye sa we parliamentary primaries ya most of the aspirants in Dodwana no make us say Jubilee House staffs no one President Akufo-Addo de omo atwa omo hia na omo e was Jubilee House ho no Dodwana contest
thank you bonus
na medwe mo a menti ase opemu na nkasa na parliament for so many years abe president when Timia Maya Fasobia in terms of parliamentary affairs and as a parliamentary whatever. Now at this time, no any appointee a friend of mother serpent of corruption na makutwani wenshan and you even sikane kura we talking about accountability, transparency and fight against corruption now. Even omo aspiration they are able to how to mobilize and raise that income and convincing the delegates a type of campaigns or more yena or a bimu per se sitting MPs or more juma elbow constituency ye per se ye we are from the Jubilee House President Akufo-Addo sanime nyina efutu bi amba and nobody the party executive leadership
akwa no kwachi ska MP ba kwa se enye hwe na ka ne kra nye fa ne se eye emwa na abane de boa
Jubilee House boys here mo twem na sika no mo konya ni fi here mo di kwako sitting MPs contest what the ding and all that Ukraine is one of the way pa Akufo-Addo ahwa or oversee why pinia on we nanka so ohwe ma mo frade ne sika edwa nanka nti me be si ama obi akwa ba obi aba me da mwase na bibi show no
ya point or point na yenko in the next 2 minutes or 3 why or say in yere
Jubilee House no you be your best son because why you folk room again no kwa nye Jubilee House into no ya Jubilee House no to so
yo ete for ye da mo nyina master 7 nso mabo ama ye di adwumade no Papa Smiley na sha ase or the principles beto ho yeah working around it and ye ka Ghana Blasters once omo budget and ye da beto dwa sika ne de ukọ bebia eno ana ye ka ho ase obi nso de adwunkyira ba se from there say 2018 bad year say ya retrogress kra say group stage kwa intimi nko ene adade but wo hwe budget e twa ya na ye $25 million out the Ghana scheme by 3 million cedis. And so more issue 1.670 or 650, which is about there 20 million cedis. And the can the name say budget no the candy kakra mom so fanko ebian komuko anymore nanka ye releasing kakankra and ye better say finance minister so bit me to ne say bia o sika ne amfani nyina mom kakakna nkofo adwuma ayesa de enhwa nkofo be fa ne say bia ye 24 ni no 25 ni nyina mom nti 24 na aka na ewo he nti na ye nso so nkofo cheche omadwen ase de mote ye no no mapi timi se ko Ghana de amama boche no udu ukwaye ko awia na wahwe ensuo na wo no se hu se wo be hu se ye Milo anase Richiku anase ye Lipton wanka so beti ase ngalam se no de enya agrokra mo bodwuma papa se ensuo no kama nti na kakra ene ye kan ene ye questions and answers nti ye da ba awieye Samri born in the next 1 minute 2 minutes in the year turning to God's word ye kusua akotie nyame asem mene bibi ye koso beto emu akoye nyame adwuma nti obetima ba na wabeti adwumadie no but nyesa dia ye de adwumadie ye ba maso Wednesday no ye de be ye obia emba ba